St. Louis Steamers Soccer. Tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser.
4-0 on the season, 1-0 on the road. Tonight they start a two-game road trip here in Pittsburgh to take on the always dangerous Pittsburgh Spirit, a team they lost to 3 times a year ago. Good evening, Bob Carpenter along with Bob Burnett. Coach, the guys are 4-0, and we've got a couple injuries tonight with Timmy Walters out as well as Carl Rose. Sammy Bick does return. It seems like no matter who is in or out of the lineup, Diego Pesa missed a game earlier. Everybody's doing a great job, and this team is playing tremendous as a team.
They certainly are, Bob. I think Sammy Bick's return tonight will add to the strength of the defensive team. It's tough on Carl Rose because he had been playing well. My question is, now that they have 4 defenders on the trip, what's going to happen if one of them get hurt? Hopefully they won't. I would think that if one does get hurt, maybe a guy like TACOMA would drop back.
And, of course, when a team is 4-0 in St. Louis, it all starts with defense. Last year, Slobo Ilievsky had an MISL record goals against average of 3.67. This year, he's off to an even better start, if you can believe it. A shutout and a goals against of 2.44. Of course, the defense in front of Slobo has been outstanding. That includes the MISL Player of the Week, Don Draghi. Don, congratulations on the honor and your thoughts on the play of the defense so far.
Thanks, Bob. I think the defense has been playing very well so far. Again, it's not only the defensive players, but it's also the offensive players coming back and defending as a team. So I think it's just it's a whole team, a great effort by everybody.
Does it make a difference this year knowing what your role is, unlike last year?
Well, it sure does. You know, I've always been a defender. Last year, I was put in a position to play wherever I was put in, and it's nice knowing that you're going to be a defender, you know, the whole year round.
Thanks, Don, and good luck.
Thanks, Bob.
Don Draghi, and of course, in front of him are the forwards, and the guys benefiting from great defense are people like Don Ebert and Ricky Davis. The co-leaders in scoring on the Steamers each have 4 goals and 2 assists this year to lead the club with 6 points. And, of course, the ball club is 4-0 coming in, but this Pittsburgh team gave them all kind of problems a year ago. 0-3 were the Steamers against the Spirit. The kickoff is next on St. Louis Steamers Soccer. In their home yellow uniforms, moving from right to left. On the near side boards, it comes to number 18, Z. Kapka. The Steamers have Daryl Duran, Ricky Davis, Sammy Bick, Don Ebert, and Tony Bellinger out there in front of Slobo. On the near board, Sammy Bick, his first touch since coming back from the injury. Leaves it back for Daryl Duran. He goes far side for Tony Bellinger. Tony up over midfield. Davis a one-touch pass. Back to Daryl Duran, midfield circle. Daryl on the left side at the point for Ricky. Davis one-on-one coming to the middle. Can't get a shot. Trip from behind. That's got to be a foul. Gino DiPolito, the official, the primary official here tonight, the senior referee making the call as Ricky went down. It'll be a restart, top of the penalty area. Bellinger there to roll it in for Ebert. Out to the point for Sammy Bick. Sam to the corner. Knocked off the ball nicely by Stan Terlecki. Pittsburgh back the other way. Terlecki up the wing. Davis gambled, took the ball away. Kapka picks up the loose ball. Can't get a shot. It goes wide off a Steamer defender. They've got Kapka alone in front, but Terlecki can't get the ball to him. He goes back out toward the point. Bellinger watching him. They go right point. Ball touched there by number 20, Adam Topolsky. Out on top, a shot just wide off the foot of Kapka. Left point now is Gerhard Kapp. He shoots it in. Oh, another tremendous save by Slobo in front. Right off the foot of Terlecki. Oh, Bob Burnett, the Spirit all over the Steamers' penalty area. They made some nice one-touch passes in there.
You know, Bob, last year I felt that Pittsburgh had the best ball club, especially for squeezing you. Once they got you in their defensive third, there's an example right there where they get you in there and they won't let you out. We just have to pick them up very, very tightly. Slobo kept us right in the ballgame from the start.
Quickly, Dave Clemens makes a change as Don Draghi and Ty Keogh come on. Up the floor it goes for Ebert. He was knocked off the ball by Adam Topolsky. The goalkeeper is Peter Moblik. We've got a story about the Pittsburgh goalkeeping situation to tell you. Joe Papaleo suffered a severe sprain of his right ankle during a brief team workout today and is out indefinitely. And they say that happened like a minute or 2 before the workout was to end. And he is out for a while. Down the middle comes Topolsky, or rather Kapka knocked off the ball there by Don Ebert, who leaves. Keogh on the far side for Ricky. Ricky across midfield. Ebert now stays on as he goes down the right wing with his line mate Davis. Ricky trying to center it. Picked up by Peter Moblik along the boards. It's spelled M-O-W-L-I-K, but pronounced Moblik. Ty Keogh watching his men in midfield. That's Ian Sibbies, one of the most dangerous players in the league. Sibbies has some impressive stats so far, with 7 goals and 2 assists for 9 points. On the near side, McKenzie on the boards. Looking back to the middle, Pittsburgh building up slowly. Number 4 is Bob Vossmeyer. He put it up the floor, and it was broken up by Draghi. Here comes Ty Keogh back the other way. Down the far boards across the red line. On the boards now for Diego Pesa, who's playing with a bad hamstring. He has his right leg taped up. Ty in from the point. His shot blocked by Vossmeyer at the defense. Comes loose to Ty again. That one's blocked in front by Kevin Marr, last year's Rookie of the Year. Now Draghi takes a shot high and wide. Off the glass to the near side. Cacciatore hustling for it along the boards against Paul Child. A whistle and a foul. It goes against Catch, and it'll be a Pittsburgh free kick on the second St. Louis foul of the evening.
Quickly, Bob, Pittsburgh giving us some space there in their defensive third. Our backs are coming up. They're giving us the room to shoot, and shoot we should. Play the ball off the boards and get some replays from that.
Pittsburgh has had defensive problems this year. In the left wing corner now, out to the point it comes. Number 14, Kevin Marr shoots it in, deflected into the stands by a Steamer defender, and we'll take a timeout. 11:37 left in the first quarter of play. We're scoreless from Pittsburgh. This is St. Louis Steamers. Turn. They play it out to the point. Vossmeyer into the corner. Sammy Bick got position between his man, David Hagen, in the goal, and Slobo has it on the near side for Tim Schultz. Tim has played awfully well for the Steamers so far. On the near side, he gives it to his midfielder, Larry Hulser. Larry turns and whacks it down the right wing boards. Hustling there is Pesa. The goalkeeper, Mavlik, knocks it away from Cacciatore, and it's cleared by Vossmeyer upfield. Paul Child, his first appearance of the year for Pittsburgh. Long ball, right side. Vossmeyer in from the point, fakes his shot, takes it left-footed, score! I think Paul Child deflects it in front, and Pittsburgh takes a 1-0 lead as Paul Child makes his return and scores against the Steamers on a deflection.
Pittsburgh very, very good at switching fields, and what they'll do, if they come down the left side, you can bet your boots that that right defender will be streaking up on the right side, and that's exactly what happened that time. He came on the right side, got a good ball, he shot on goal. Paul Child right there, got a great flick-on header into the goal. They will always release the away defender, and running down the opposite side, play to him, and he'll serve that ball. It's a great goal, Bob.
Vossmeyer gets his third assist of the year. Paul Child, of course, gets his first goal, and Pittsburgh is on the board first. Ricky Davis on the near side after the St. Louis kickoff. Ball is loose, controlled by the Spirit. Charlie Green, who played with Phoenix last year, flashy player down the middle. He's one-on-one with Sammy Bick, goes to the right, slams it off the boards. It goes high into the crowd, and it'll be a St. Louis goal kick. The time of the goal was 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Child from Vossmeyer, and I guess being behind, nothing unfamiliar to the Steamers lately, Bob. They have come from behind a few times.
Well, it was a great ball. We had him marked up. We were goal side. He slipped in. He played it very, very well. You know, to get a ball like that with that velocity out there and direct it on goal takes quite a bit of athletic ability.
Now Pittsburgh back the other way, feeding it in, back to the goal. A shot, wide, rebound, knocked wide by Charlie Green. After the shot was missed on the near side, and Davis brings it away. Ricky 1-on-2. To his left has Ebert running ahead of him to the left wing corner. Eves has it, shot wide, got away from the keeper off the near boards. Nobody there to pick up the rebound, and it's back on defense for Pittsburgh. Up the middle it goes. Terlecki can't reach it. Sammy Bick knocks it back in as that pass came from Marcio Leite. Daryl Duran, top of the area, looking for a shot, takes one. It's blocked at the defense. McKenzie, the all-star defender of a year ago, blocking it. His other all-star teammate, John O'Hara, out with an injury, so they've missed him, and their defense has had problems because of that. A foul against Pittsburgh, and St. Louis has a free kick at the right point. Sammy Bick, little flick on from Ebert, down to the corner. Sammy looks back for Don at the right point. Ebert, number 9, away from the goal, plays at top of the area for Duran. He lays it off for Bellinger. Tony has to hustle to midfield to get it. Bellinger, number 6, to his left. Terlecki played him off the ball, then Leite came up to steal. Child down the right side. They got Green open in front to him. Oh, he shot it wide. Oh, and Duran almost deflected it in, but Slobo, sitting down, punched it away. Here they come again on the far side. Terlecki, top of the area against Sammy Bick. Can't get a shot. Looks wide to the right side. Leite can't reach it. Davis knocks it away, and Pesa takes a knock on the left knee as it's cleared out. Here they come again. Number 11, Gordon Smith, on the far side at the point. Now they bring on Paul Child, who sets up shop in front. This is almost like a power play now. They love to post up Paul Child in front, and he gets some of those deflection goals like we saw a moment ago. Pesa called for a foul as he obstructed Child off the soccer ball, and Pittsburgh will get the kick. And they don't like the way the momentum is going right now, Coach.
They get inside there, and they really press. we're ball watching a little bit now. We're a little concerned about Child and Terlecki, and we can't do that. Mark them up one-on-one and cover tightly off the ball. Otherwise, they'll lay it off, and we'll be in trouble.
Now a foul against Pittsburgh's Charlie Green as Tony Bellinger hustled to take it away. So the fouls are even at 3 apiece. Each team halfway to a 2-minute penalty for 6 fouls in the quarter. Slobo straight up the field on the near side for Sammy Bick. As the Steamers build up slowly, Tim Schultz steps on. Sammy down the floor, hit a Pittsburgh player, went right to Cacciatore, and then Child got it back from Zeke Kapko on the boards. Child looking on the far side, open there. Number 14 is Kevin Marr. Marr against Cacciatore. Catch hustles to knock him off the ball. Niego comes down the far side, cuts it inside, knocked off the ball by Marr from behind. Back to the goalkeeper, Peter Mavlik. Mavlik has a goals against, a 6.45, a 1-2 record. Slobo at the other end, 2.44. He, of course, 4-0, but Pittsburgh on top here, 1-0. 8:20 left first quarter. Paul Child down the right side against Draghi. Hustle to keep control. Back in the point for McKenzie. Right side they're working. A 1-2 inside, broken up by Ty Keogh. Into the stands it goes on the far side, and it'll belong to St. Louis. We'll take a timeout with 8:07 left. The Spirit on top, 1-0. And from Pittsburgh, the action in front of the St. Louis goal a moment ago almost gave Pittsburgh another goal, and Slobo was there to knock it away after a shot went wide, and Daryl Duran nearly deflected the ball into his own net as he was coming back to cover up. Slobo up the middle, plays it down the right wing boards. Ebert there against Mavlik, the keeper, out of his net. Ball bounced away, but it was cleared by the Pittsburgh defense. Back in it comes to Ricky Davis. Ricky trying to turn. Child took him off the ball. Davis thought it was a dangerous play. Down the right side, Ian Sibby's in the corner. Plays it away from one-man, centers it. Keogh is there to take it away as Child was in too far, or he would have had an empty net to shoot into. On the near side, Draghi at the point. Right corner, Ebert back to Draggs off the chest. A shot wide in front. Oh, what a nice play and a nice ball from Don Ebert to Don Draghi. Now Keogh down the right side. He wants to shoot. Blocked by McKenzie in front. To the far boards it goes where Don Draghi's in front of it. He pops it up in the air. Ebert knocked it once, and it was flicked out by a defender. Davis battling for it. And coming away with it on the near side for Pittsburgh is Grego Stalchik. Checking it was Zeke Kapka. And a foul against Kapka at midfield will give the ball back to St. Louis. That'll be the 4th or the 5th foul now against Pittsburgh. And their coach, John Kowalski, is very upset about the call, which took place directly in front of his bench.
What a nice ball game, Coach. Pittsburgh, they were second last as far as defense. I think Coach John Kowalski has worked with them because they're really getting in quickly behind the ball. Here we go.
Ricky Davis down the left wing draws the foul. That's number 6 in the period. And Pittsburgh will be assessed a 2-minute penalty for 6 fouls. It is a bench penalty. And the Steamers will go on the power play, Bob, where they're 3 of 11 this year, only 27%. Pittsburgh killing penalties has killed
to be served by number 22.
4 of 6, so they are efficient 66% of the time. And we'll see the matchup here of the St. Louis power play against the 4 Pittsburgh defenders.
Bob, St. Louis scored 2 of their 3 power play goals in the last ball game against Cleveland. Even though they haven't put as many balls in the back of the net as they would like to, they are moving very, very well. They're getting the ball out to the wings. We had been on goal. Their keeper, Cleveland keeper, kept them in the ball game.
Now Daryl Duran will be the trigger man. He's looking for Cacciatore in front. No, Pesa out on top. Diego couldn't get a full shot at the ball, and then when he was knocked off the ball by McKenzie, he held him, and that's the 4th foul against the Steamers. St. Louis on the power play, but Pittsburgh has the ball. Peter Mavlik, the goalkeeper. Left-handed thrower, whips it up to midfield. Flick-on header there by Earhart Cap. And pushing off him was Cacciatore. So that's 5 fouls against the Steamers, and 2 of them on this power play. They've only got 4 on the board. They had 3 up there a moment ago. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully it's only 4, but I thought it was 5. But that's 2 of them on this power play. Now Mavlik clears the midfield. Cacciatore steals and gives it left side for Pesa. Niego will flick it back to Davis. Now they'll set up the power play. You'll see Duran out on top. He gets the ball on the left side. Darrell in the corner for Cacciatore. Back to Duran on the left wing. Out on top for Davis. Pesa to his right. Cuts it back on the left side for Duran. Darrell angles it for Niego, who knocks it down. Comes in front. And Vosmeyer gives it back to his goalkeeper, Mavlik, with 1:15 left in the St. Louis power play. Up the floor and over 3 lines from the goalkeeper. And St. Louis will get the offside kick back at the Pittsburgh red line. Not a good play by the keeper there. That'll give the Steamers a chance to set things up. Now you'll see Davis go to the left point, Bob, and Duran on top. They did not get that matchup they wanted a moment ago. Ricky left side for Cacciatore. Catch on top for Davis. Flick on header down for Duran. A shot through traffic wide to the left. Davis a rebound and a goal. Ricky Davis bombing one from the left side after a shot went wide from the other side. The Steamers have tied it on their power play goal. That is their 4th of the year in 12 attempts, and we're tied 1-1.
That's the importance of taking that shot from the outside. Duran hitting that first ball on goal, rebounded out, and Davis hits the ball very, very well.
Harold Duran will get the assist. Davis, his 5th goal of the year. The Steamers tie it up. From Pittsburgh, this is St. Louis Steamers soccer. Coach, and it was great finishing by Ricky Davis. What a rocket from the left side.
Boy, he did everything right. He kept his head down over the ball, hit that half volley, stayed with the ball, and he did, as you said, hit a rocket.
Don Ebert and Ricky Davis, when we were setting up for our headshots that you saw on the TV before the game, they were kidding each other, Ebert especially with Davis, about some of Ricky's shooting during that TACOMA game last week. Many of those balls went up into the arena circle. Not that one. Now here's the ball down the right side by Vosmeyer for Terlecki. Terlecki has to pull up short in the right wing corner, gives it on top for McKenzie. He shoves it inside, and Bellinger there to knock it away for St. Louis. Tony plays it nicely along the boards. Straight ahead for Davis. Ricky can't get it. Knocked away there, but picked up on a loose ball in midfield by Hulser. Steamers have 4 fouls, so they have to be a bit careful here. Ebert, left point, cuts it in the middle, goes left wing for Davis. Keeper out. He puts Ricky into the boards. Play on, says the official. As we had a big collision in the corner, Davis is down and injured as play continues. Steamers want him to stop play as Davis is down and injured in the corner. Now finally, Gino DiPolito blows the whistle, and Bill Jennings, the trainer, will come out and have a look at Ricky Davis. Bob, it's always a dangerous play because the goalkeeper has the whole play in front of him. The attacker does not, and the keeper usually has a better view of what's going to happen in the corner. It's kind of a blind hit on the part of the forward, and he usually gets the worst of it, and Ricky did that time.
You know, Ricky was racing for the ball, and I thought he had in fact, he did have a step on the keeper. Keeper had no other choice. He went in behind him. It looked like Ricky hit his head against the wall.
Well, he sure did. That was a hard shot against the wall by Davis. Ricky obviously very groggy along the boards, and boy, you don't want to see anything happen to that guy at this point of the season. We want to take this opportunity to tell you about the action coming up tomorrow night. We'll be on the air on 101 FM WMRY at 7:20. Our kickoff 7:35 from Minnesota against the Strikers, and then we'll be back home on Friday against this Pittsburgh team. A 7:35 kickoff Friday, November 11th. Tickets for all the Steamer home games can be purchased. Available at the arena box office, Famous Bar Ticketmaster, Teep Togs and Tickets, Regal Sport, or call Dial Tix at 644-1700. Ricky Davis maybe hurt his shoulder on that play. He's obviously injured. Now, the next Steamer home game on Friday, December 7th, you can add to your collection of soccer souvenirs. Everybody that evening will receive a free Steamers autograph cup. Compliments of Pope's Cafeteria and Coca-Cola. On that same night, Steve Jungle will make his return to St. Louis. That's Friday, December 7th, when the Steamers play San Diego. So some good home games coming up for you. Hopefully this guy will be a part of them. Ricky Davis leaving injured. Bob, you got to be concerned about a separated shoulder or something like that, the way Ricky was holding that part of his upper body.
I was trying to read Ricky's lips as he was walking across the floor with Bill Jennings. It seemed to me Ricky was trying to say, let me sit out for a while, which is a good sign. I hope that he feels he can come back. He really rammed that wall with a little impetus from the keeper.
Well, we really saw his head hit the wall, too, on our replay here. Cacciatore in midfield. Ball knocked away by Vosmeyer down the left side. Bellinger leads it back for Hulser, who lets it roll for Sammy Bick. Team captain, first action of the 84-85 season. Same for Paul Child of Pittsburgh, who scored a goal here tonight. Slobo with it on the St. Louis defense, back to his captain, Sammy Bick. He puts it up to the midfield for Diego Mesa, heading it inside at the point, feeds it through nicely for Hulser, left side. Cacciatore setting up shop in front. Hulser out on top. Sammy Bick a shot, and you can kiss that one goodbye upstairs. It'll be a goal kick for Pittsburgh with 4:26 left in the first quarter of play. We're tied 1-1 from Pittsburgh with goals from Paul Child and Ricky Davis.
Sammy Bick's first shot of the year. Got that out of his system. He's coming in there real fine now. You can see he was having a little problem. Even in his own third, he didn't feel as free as he normally getting out of there with a little pressure from Pittsburgh. One thing we're doing that we hadn't done against Cleveland in the game, when they're pressing us in our own third and we're trying to get the ball out, we're playing the ball wide. One midfielder to one side of the field, forward to the other side, and play the ball wide, get it inside that red line. Now you can go from there.
Mavlik on the goal kick upfield. Paul Child a flick on header right there to steal. It was Don Draghi. Everything Draghi touches seems to turn to gold these days. Back on defense, Cacciatore steals, bad angle, right wing corner. One-on-one in the corner against Kevin Marr. Has to go back on top for Ty Keogh. Cacciatore open momentarily, top of the box. Ty puts it off the glass far side beyond Pesa. Cacciatore gets it. Diego a touch there, looking to feed it inside. Does to Cacciatore, a shot. Oh, a good save by Mavlik. His catch was open in front. Rebound, Pesa couldn't get it. Cut off by a defender, McKenzie. And now the Spirit comes away with it. Kevin Marr straight up the field. Goes left wing. Slobo will take care of that one as he rifles one out of there. The attacker coming down the left wing, and Slobo came out to steal it away in fine fashion. On the near side, it's Ty Keogh. Cuts it inside on Kevin Marr. Keogh goes left side for Pesa. Diego against McKenzie, one-on-one. Juking, trying to get a shot. Can't get one, top of the area. Has to come all the way to the near side boards. Shoved off the ball there, but it goes cleanly all the way down the floor, and Slobo will pick it up. 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining, first quarter. Steamers have 4 fouls. Pittsburgh has already given up a power play goal on a 6-foul penalty. Davis from Duran. On the left side, Duncan McHugh in his first appearance, knocked off the ball there by Marcio Leite, and it'll be Mavlik ahead for McKenzie. Pittsburgh building up slowly to midfield on the far side. It's McEwen, Betancourt out there for St. Louis, so that's obviously Dave Clemens' third line tonight, as he has Davis and Ebert playing together as usual. And then has Pesa and Cacciatore. Mavlik up the floor, down the right wing boards for Child in the corner. Betancourt comes piling in. Draghi knocks it away. Child goes down. Whistle and a foul against St. Louis, number 5, and Pittsburgh will have a right wing corner free kick. And that's 5 fouls against St. Louis in this first quarter. Out on top, look out, a shot. Slobo kicked it out off the foot of Kevin Marr. He was unmarked, Bob, and Slobo had him snuffed out perfectly. On the right side, Charlie Green off the boards at the point. A shot in from McKenzie. That one's blocked by Duncan McEwen with help from Ty Keogh. Ball spins wickedly off the boards. They get it loose for Marr. In off of Schultz, who knocked it down. And Tim Schultz clears it out nicely to midfield. Duncan McEwen, ball bounces, stays in play off the glass. Down the left wing, McKenzie defending a weak shot on goal. Mavlik was already down, and luckily for him, the ball came right to him. Here comes Green down the right side. Bellinger took it away momentarily from Child. Paul Child gets it again on the far boards. Feeds it inside for Marcio Leite. He tried to go left wing. Betancourt stopped it. Now they get it left wing. Number 17, Earhart Cap around the boards in front. Charlie Green just failed to tip it in. Back out to midfield now. Number 20 is Adam Topolsky for Pittsburgh. Ahead for Charlie Green against Daryl Duran. Steamers have to be careful along those boards not to foul. Duran took it away cleanly, and he starts back the other way with 1:35 left in the period. Child backtracking to get him. Duran tops it away from him. Darrell now at midfield slowly. Left side for Betancourt. Armando in the attacking zone. Ebert now on, waving for the ball down the left wing corner. He's got it there. Defended it by Z. Kapka. Ebert tried to cut it inside for Duran. Almost came loose for Betancourt, but Leite there to pick it up for Pittsburgh. On the near side, Adam Topolsky against Betancourt with 1:05 left in a 1-1 first quarter from Pittsburgh. Down the middle, Kapka trying to feed it through. On the far side, Earhart Cap and Kapka out there playing together. Less than a minute left now. Left side they go for the talented Stan Terlecki against Bellinger. To his left, got away from Tony in front. And Draghi, a great defensive play. Standing alone in front was Sibby's, Bob, waiting for an easy tip-in. And Draghi made a great play when he was 1-on-2.
Great slide tackle. Steamers, again, giving a little too much space off the ball. Pittsburgh moving the ball very, very quickly. Assuming that space, we've got to get up on the defender, be a defender, tight on the offensive man away from the ball. Another thing, Bob, a little more running from the back for us now. We're not, that work rate isn't as good as it has been. Perhaps we're a little cautious. We're 1-1. We're away, looking for that second quarter to pick up the pace.
Slobo throws it upfield. All the way back on defense it goes, where Pittsburgh's Adam Topolsky picks it up, number 20. 30 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Steamers and Spirit tied 1-1. Steamers have been outscored by their opponent 6-5 in the first quarter this year. Now piling in there, and that's foul number 6 on St. Louis. As Terlecki came down the slot, Bellinger dumped him, and that'll be a 2-minute penalty on St. Louis. Only 27 seconds before the end of the period.
Pittsburgh very, very good on the give and go. They'll play that wall pass, give the ball, go towards goal. We've got to stay goal side. Tony missed him a little bit. He got in behind Tony. Tony had no choice. He had to try and get the ball from him. Otherwise, he goes in on slow ball.
The Steamers' penalty killing this year has been absolutely awesome. 9 power plays, no goals for the opposing team. 27 seconds left in this period. Then, of course, the penalty will carry over to the second quarter. Don Ebert will serve the 2-minute bench penalty. On defense will be Schultz and Draghi for St. Louis. On top, chasing will be Bellinger and Ty Keogh. Normally, you'd see Cacciatore out there. Jeff taking a regular turn on the second line tonight, so he's not killing this penalty, at least not now.
I'm sure he'll be the first substitute in there, depending on how quickly Pittsburgh moves that ball, how much Tony has to work out on top.
Terlecki left side for David Hogan. Heather Hagen around the board. Slobo got a piece of it. Sibby's there trying to bounce it away from the St. Louis goalkeeper. We had a whistle and a foul against Pittsburgh, and it'll be a St. Louis free kick with 14 seconds left.
Indirect kick.
Slobo will take it. That's the 7th foul against the Spirit here. Schultz gives it back to Slobo. He'll kick it down the floor. They head it back in. Terlecki against Schultz. Feeds it left wing. Trying for a shot. Draghi blocks it in front against Marcio Leite. Out on the left point. Nothing doing as Schultz stops his man, David Hagen, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. So the Steamers gave up the first one and then came back strong. Now they're killing a penalty as we move on to the second quarter. At the end of 15 minutes of play, it's the Steamers in Pittsburgh, tied 1-1. And from Pittsburgh, this is St. Louis out with Bob Bosmer making a nice move on Larry Hulser on the right point. Shoved it inside, and Paul Child was right there to flick it home. No chance for Slobo. Pittsburgh took a 1-0 lead on that goal at 3 minutes 53 seconds of the first quarter. Then after a 6-foul penalty against the Spirit at 7:54, the Steamers 59 seconds later converted on the power play. Duran from the right side wide, then Davis finishing beautifully, Bob Burnett. That, my friend, was a world-class shot as Ricky tied things up at 8:53 with a power play goal.
Well said, Bob, and something else, I think, on a positive note for the Steamer fans. Ricky Davis is out on the floor, moving a little bit there. Looks like he perhaps will be playing again this second quarter. We need him. First quarter, we're tied 1-1, and we're away from home, so that's a big advantage for us. Hopefully, we can pick up pace a little bit. Pittsburgh moves the ball very, very well. Defensively, just a little more tenacious, Bob.
Yeah, Steamers have not been in their running game as of yet. 6-4 the shots for St. Louis in the first quarter. Slobo had 3 saves, and Peter Mavlik had a couple. And Pittsburgh now in their home yellows will go from left to right. Got to salute the Pittsburgh folks for putting those solid numbers in the backs of their players last year. We had a heck of a time telling who was who last year. Don Ebert is serving the penalty, the 6-foul bench penalty against the Steamers for 6 fouls in the first quarter. That slate goes back to 0 as we kick it off here in the second quarter. Again, it is Bellinger and Keogh in front, Schultz and Draghi in the back in front of Slobo to kill the penalty for the Steamers. They're averaging 11,000 in attendance here in Pittsburgh this year for their first 2 home games. A crowd of around that here tonight. Down the middle they come. Terlecki flips it on the left side. Marcio Leite back to Stan Terlecki. He's the quarterback of the power play. They shove it in. Draghi knocked it away. Bellinger with his back to the rest of the field facing the goal, trying to work out of traffic, and finally Schultz whacks it out of there. Tony got kind of caught in no man's land facing his own goalkeeper. Now Terlecki on the near side. Number 20 is Adam Topolsky. Got it back from Ian Sibbies. They've got some real scorers on this power play. Hagen in front. Look out, ball deflected, and Slobo just picked it out in front just in time after it hit Keogh in front, and then Ty put it into the stands on the near side. And Slobo, Bob, very sharp so far tonight.
Slobo was actually going to his right off balance, still recovered quickly enough to punch it away with his left hand. He's made 3 sensational saves already.
Terlecki on the far side for Marcio Leite. Back on top for Stan Terlecki, number 13, against Keogh. Terlecki, right side, shot coming way wide from Topolsky. On the far side, picked off the boards by Marcio Leite. Here they come again with 30 seconds left in the power play. Another shot. Oh, and it was just failed to be deflected in by Hagen on the far side. Looked like he had a good angle to deflect that ball. It just beat him in. Now they come to the area. Good one-touch soccer, but Bellinger clears it after Schultz and Draghi teamed up to stop Sibbies and Leite. In from the point, Terlecki feeds it in. Knocked down, a shot on goal, a header, and Slobo knocked it down off the head of Sibbies, and now Keogh clears the midfield with less than 10 seconds left. Cacciatore is on. Here comes Terlecki down the middle, shot it high and wide. Out to the point it comes. Adam Topolsky picks it up. Ebert is back on. The Steamers have killed off their 10th straight power play of the year. Ebert comes right on to take the ball away, trying to clip it up the left wing to himself. Can't get it. Now Topolsky in from the right point against Keogh. Looking for help. Out back behind him for Marcio Leite at the red line of St. Louis. Steps around Cacciatore to his left in the corner. They one-touch it in. Draghi there to knock it away. Out over the red line it comes. Number 20 is Adam Topolsky. Hats off again to the Steamer penalty killers. They've done it for the 10th straight time this year. In the corner, Sibby's back to the goal against Draghi. Got to watch for this little guy. He is awfully quick. Sibby's number 19, still with it in the corner. Lays it off. Bart Terlecki. You think they don't have some skill out there right now with Sibby's and Terlecki?
My goodness.
Now a shot in from the point. Topolsky. There's another block shot for the MISL Player of the Week, Don Draghi. Into the crowd on the far side. We'll take a timeout. 12:40 left, second quarter. It's a 1-1 game. And from Pittsburgh, this is St. Louis Steamer soccer. Steamers are getting good goalkeeping and good defense right now as Pittsburgh throwing some attack at St. Louis. Slobo made a big save a moment ago on a ball that was spinning high into the net. Now the Spirit back on the attack. Teams are even, 5 aside plus the keepers. 12:30 left, second quarter. We're tied 1-1. Out of midfield, McKenzie, the team captain, on the near side for Gordon Smith. Back to McKenzie. Ahead it goes for Z. Kepka. He's playing on a line with Terlecki and Sibby's. Does Terlecki ever sit down? He's been out there for the entire second quarter so far. Almost 3 minutes. That's a long shift. McKenzie against Cacciatore. Down the left wing. McKenzie tries to turn it inside. Got it away from Bick. Hulser there to knock it away as he was guarding Sibby's and then went to the ball. Z. Kepka, right point, cuts it left side for Terlecki against Cacciatore, number 13 against 12. Terlecki turns Catch around, feeding it in front, too tall for everybody. Shot misfired there by Gordon Smith. In the right wing corner, Ebert comes away with it, hustling along the near boards. Ebes just feeling his way down the boards, beating one man and now trying to beat a second. Still has it. Feeds it off square for Duran. Darrell, one touch. Bad angle shot high and wide. Darrell didn't get that good first touch that he wanted to put him toward the goal. When he went away from the goal, he just had to kind of clip the ball up high off the glass. Now the other way, Pittsburgh trying to feed it through. Ebert snuffs that one out. Duran for McEwen. Duncan, one touch, right side. Larry Hulser, nicely done. Larry pulls it up at midfield at the circle. On the near side, Niego paces back on. Keogh replaces Darrell Duran. Niego tried to go right through the legs of Ian Sibby's, who knocked it away, and here comes Terlecki down the right side. Terlecki in from the point to his right. A shot! Oh, he hit it just wide. Not by more than a foot to the far post. He picked it out beautifully. Left side, on the boards, McKenzie. Looking out on top. Gordon Smith, number 11, on the near boards. Zeke Kepka. Pittsburgh building up slowly, taking the Steamers out of their running game right now. Terlecki trying to turn Ty Keogh. Ty held his ground and took it away beautifully and cleared it down the floor. Coach, Pittsburgh really controlling the ball right now, and that's the big factor in the game.
We're almost 5 minutes into the second quarter. We've had one offensive thrust coming down. They just continue to move the ball. We just have to stay with them. Don't make any mistakes. Play a man-to-man, and hopefully we can intercept and get a quick counter and get one easy on them. That's all, because they're up there pushed up very tightly.
Sammy Bick just made a nice interception. Ty Keogh on the far side for Duncan McEwen. Kind of reminds me of Wichita last year. All those veteran players just knocking the ball around, slowly building up. And they'll set somebody up on the post and sneak one in on you. On the far side, Ty Keogh against McKenzie. Ty inside, trying to get away from 2, now 3 men. Whacked down the floor, well over 3 lines. St. Louis will get it back on the offside infraction at the Pittsburgh defensive red line. 9:58 left, second quarter. We're tied 1-1.
Pittsburgh going to let you come into their third 3 or 4 or 5 feet before they take you on, so we might as well do that. Once we get picked up, let's deliver it, because they're doubling on us very, very quickly. Somebody off the ball has to be open for us. We have to look for them and give them the ball quick, and don't be afraid to shoot from outside. That's how we tied it up on Ricky Davis's great goal.
Steamers gave it back quickly on the restart. Pittsburgh down the other way. Dave Hagen, right wing, and on goal. Bad angle. Slobo came to the near post and knocked him off the ball. McEwen from Slobo across the field for Draghi. In front of the own goal now, it's Ty Keogh for St. Louis. Straight ahead he goes for Niego Pesa. Niego playing with a bad hamstring, so they're watching him closely. Left side he goes for Draghi, attacking, pushing up. Left wing, Draggs tries to center it. Cacciatore takes it away from the keeper on the boards. Goes back out toward midfield, and now Duran picks it up at the point. Darrell against Paul Child. Now against 2 men. Just holding it there and taking it away from him was Bob Vossmeyer. Here they come down the other way. Vossmeyer, it's 3-on-2 Pittsburgh. Right side behind Child, but McKenzie in front and a goal! McKenzie to Paul Child, who is right there. He just ran down the field, couldn't make connections with the pass, Bob, and like the veteran player he is, he went straight to the net and received a nice ball.
He went right to that open space. He anticipated that Vossmeyer was going to play the ball off the glass. He went to that space. Vossmeyer played it well. Didn't play it off the glass, came straight across, and he was there. We've got to stay goal side on him. When he makes a run, our defender has to stay right with him.
Pittsburgh on top for the second time tonight. The Steamers have called a timeout with 9:03 left in the second quarter. It's the Spirit 2, St. Louis 1. And from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, this is Steamer Soccer. Pittsburgh celebrating their second goal of the game. They lead it 2-1. Steamers calling a timeout, Bob, at this point. Maybe not a bad idea by Dave Clemens to discuss how his team has been taken out of its kind of game, and I'm sure that's what he's talking to the guys about right now.
Pittsburgh's forwards are able to assist their defenders and double back on our forwards simply because our defenders are not pushing up and getting into the attack. We've been laying out there on that red line. We're going to have to make some runs, even though we don't get the ball, simply to keep their forwards honest. Otherwise, they're going to double back on our forwards. That's what happened. They stole the ball. They had that quick transition down the right side. You said something off the air, Paul Child, a very sneaky guy, and he is. He did a great thing. He went to space. He found the space, picked the ball up, and we let him go. We didn't stay with him. But we don't have the intensity that we're used to. But I think it's going to come back. Steamers aren't finished yet. I can tell you that. It's not going to be 2-1 before it's over.
St. Louis on the kickoff. Left side, Duran down the boards. Darrell trying to beat it in front. Comes off the boards, and Ricky Davis is back on now for the first time since he was whacked along the boards. Davis in front. On the right side, Dragan cuts it for Ebert. Ebes in the corner. Can't get it centered. Now it comes out in front, and Adam Topolsky is there to pick it up defensively for the Spirit. Duran trying to knock his man off the ball. Steamers intercept. Good work by Bellinger and Davis, and they go back to midfield for Don Draghi. Draghi, number 14, on the far side. Davis off the boards ahead for Ebert. Cutting him off was Z. Kepka. He makes a run down the left side, but Draghi there to cut him off. And he throws it up the left, or rather right wing for Davis. Cut off there by the man of the match so far for Pittsburgh, Paul Child. Making a triumphant return to the lineup tonight with 2 goals here in the first half. Topolsky out on top for Bob Vossmeyer. Vossmeyer, number 4, clips it past one man. Down to the right side, gets it back in front. Oh, what a save, but it goes in. Slobo got a piece of it, and Child has a hat trick already. Somebody's going to have to take him wherever he goes, Bob. He's just hanging around the net, and easy pickings tonight for Paul Child. 3 easy goals for him.
We're not marking with him, and he does move. He'll get away from you. Whoever is marking him has to stay with him. No matter what happens the rest of the way, have to stay with him because he does find that space. That's his second header and a great header. No fault to Slobo. Great ball coming across. Child got himself into position, just went to the ball, got the good flick, and in the back of the goal, and Slobo almost had the darn thing.
Yes, he did. Child, his 3rd goal of the night. Vossmeyer, his 4th assist of the year, his 2nd of the night. 7:02 the time of the goal, and Pittsburgh is on top by a score of 3-1. Obviously, somebody's going to stop Paul Child. In front, Hulser knocks one high off the boards and comes on the near side for Charlie Green. He battles with Ebert. No fouls yet in the first 7.5 minutes of this quarter. Maybe somebody needs to get a little physical out there. I don't know. Over the red line, McKenzie with it for Pittsburgh. On the far side for Kevin Marr. Back to the goalkeeper, Peter Mavlik, who's had a day off here in the second quarter. Down the left side, gave it right to Cacciatore. Catch against Kevin Marr down the far side, looking to make a run into the corner. Catch centers it, but it was right to the keeper who kicked it out. And now Hulser in the corner. Ooh, he was whacked good there by Marcio Leite. That'll be a foul. And the St. Louis free kick on the right wing boards. So they'll set up Ebert and Cacciatore in front. Interesting, Bob. We had Ebert and Davis all year. Now Ebes is up front with Catch.
Davis was out there, but he was holding that left arm somewhat.
Schultz's shot just high and wide, may have even caught part of the goalpost. Cacciatore tried to get it loose for Ebert. In the corner, Catch hounding Charlie Green. Green on the near boards, up the midfield area. Far Terlecki, ball squirts through, and Slobo there to get position. Goes straight ahead on the left side for Tim Schultz. Schultz has Hulser, Ebert, and Cacciatore in front of him. Ball upfield, cleared away by the keeper. Schultz gets it back. Thought about shooting to the empty net, but couldn't get it in time. Goes to his right, tries to center it. It may have hit Ebert, then the boards, and comes out in front for Leite. Hulser a piece of it and knock it away. Larry runs now as a Leite down the left wing. Left wing corner. Terlecki trying to back in. Looking to lay it off to somebody. Bick and Hulser team up on him. Still holding it on the far boards. Charlie Green at the point now with 6:20 left in the second quarter. Pittsburgh 2 unanswered goals in this period. On the far side, McKenzie. Ahead for Leite, top of the area. Leaning in against Tim Schultz. Helping out Duncan McEwen with the steal, and Diego Pesa has it. Left side, McEwen has Hulser up the right wing. Duncan to Larry. He got a piece of it, but couldn't get anything on it. And it comes loose where Leite gets it off the boards after McKenzie whacked it off the defensive glass. On the far side, Kevin Marr across midfield. 5:50 left in the quarter. Pittsburgh 3, St. Louis 1. Draghi, nice steal on the far side. In the middle now for Duncan McEwen. Bob, it appears the Steamers are moving up and down a little bit more now and starting to build a little of that offensive pressure.
Right, and also getting all 5 men in the attack. We've got to just run a little bit more. We've got to get the next goal.
Pressuring McEwen against Marr. Back to the goalkeeper. Moblig goes on the near side for Adam Topolsky. Draghi steals the midfield. Steamers now have 3-on-2. Draghi left wing. Diego in the middle. Right side for Keogh. A shot blocked by the keeper. It goes straight up and he makes the catch. Well, he got a good bounce. Hit his arm and went straight up in the air, and he was right there to catch it.
You see what's happening there now. We're passing the ball to that person coming from the back who's giving us support, who's running into that space. Good shot by Keogh. Unfortunately, we didn't have a person there for a replay.
Davis steals from Koepka. And on goal, a shot. Wide rebound, score! Ricky got lucky off the boards. He stole the ball away from Zeke Koepka at the right point, brought it in, hit his shot wide. It came off the boards and hit him again, Bob, and went right into the net. It'll be Davis unassisted, and the Steamers are back to within a goal.
His acceleration, the first 10 feet, is just so great. He'll run away from anyone. Plus, he's got that great upper body strength. He got a break, but he hit a fine ball, and we needed it.
Davis took it away from Koepka, hit the ball wide. The keeper made the save, and then it may have even hit the keeper and gone in, but they all count, and it's a 3-2 game. Back in a moment from Pittsburgh. This is St. Louis Steamers. Oh, it's a new game now. Steamers down by just a goal. Tony Bellinger with it. Up the right side for Don Ebert. He's teaming with Davis. Ebert turns him. There's that shot, and blocked by the defense just in time. Nobody makes that move better in indoor soccer than Don Ebert. Lets that ball run off the boards and turns the defender completely around. Now a long ball in for Sibbies, and Slobo knocked it away at the other end. Davis clips it out of danger. Bosmeyer, or rather Zeke Koepka, heads it back in. On the right side, it's Koepka from Earhart Cap. Ebert went down. Play on, says the official. Now Ebert gets a piece of it to the far side. Out on top, Adam Topolsky. 4:05 left, first half. Boy, that was a big goal, Bob. It's a lot different to be down by 1 than down by 2, because Pittsburgh, with any luck, could take a 3-goal lead into halftime, and that's awfully tough on the road. Now it's a completely different game.
Here's where we have to pick it up right here. We let too many people run free.
Right down the middle.
Take the ball
Topolsky taking a shot, deflected. Slobo just got a piece of it. That hit a defender out on top, I believe Keogh, and was twisting and sinking into the net. In front, shot wide by Zeke Koepka. Ooh, Davis hit hard there. Koepka was running after the ball. Ricky really taking a beating tonight. Took one right into the breadbasket, and it'll be a St. Louis free kick, and Davis is hurt again.
I think he got hit right on that same left shoulder. And I guess it's because the 6 fouls in a quarter, and you get that 2-minute penalty, but they don't seem to be calling the normal 2-minute foul, because I thought he really got run over just like it was hit by a train. He's down and in some heavy pain again.
Well, I think you're right, Bob. Last year, that would have been a 2-minute penalty, but I think subconsciously this rule is changing the minds of some of the officials. They're less likely to give the 2 minutes, because a couple of whistles later, the team might be down 2 men, and that's a tough thing to deal with. Well, we hate to use Ricky Davis injuries to keep telling you about upcoming home games, but this is the second time Ricky's been down tonight. Davis caught in a scramble there as the ball was knocked away. Koepka was going full speed for it. Davis was just waiting right there for the ball. And when you look at the replay, Bob, like we just had a chance to here on our telecast, it looks like it had to be 2 minutes, because Ricky clearly had position and was strictly, as you said, run over.
It's a judgment call by the officials, and apparently he thought it was a 50-50 ball, and both players going for it, and the collision was evident.
By the way, we want to tell you about the tickets for the next couple of home games. They're priced from $4 to $9 each. Available at the arena box office, Famous Bar, Ticketmaster, Team Togs and Tickets. Regal Sports are calling Dial Tix at 644-1700. Group discounts, a great way to take in Steamer Actions. Groups of 20 or more, call 781-4030. Davis will leave with only 3.5 minutes left, Bob, in the first half. I don't think that'll mean Ricky is gone for the night, but they're going to give him some treatment in the locker room and try to get him ready for the second half.
I agree.
Slobo had a tough ball to deal with a few moments ago, too, on a ball that deflected off the defender and was twisting in toward that net.
Great technique for a keeper, and outdoors, when you flick the ball over the post, it's gone. But here with that plexiglass behind you, you have to really go high with it.
Yeah, it stays in play, doesn't it?
That's right.
Sammy Beck down the middle. Or Ebert deflected by Zeke Kapka, back to his goalkeeper, Peter Mavlik. On the near side, Ian Sibby. Steamers have kept him quiet tonight, and as far as I'm concerned, he can be mute all evening long because he's hurt us in the past. Remember him scoring an overtime goal in St. Louis last year to beat the Steamers. Now, McEwen in from the right point. St. Louis on the attack. Lays it back in midfield for Ty Keel. 3:05 left first half. Ty, left wing corner for Ebert. Lays it off for Bick. Too tall for Sammy, and Paul Child able to knock it away from him. Kapka on the far side. They got a man open. Sibby's down the left wing. Tim Schultz hustling to mark up on him. Then Child was open. In front, a back heel goal. Paul Child has $1 million foot tonight. Everything that comes loose goes right to him in front of the net. And he back-heeled it in. The Steamers could not mark up. They got caught off the floor, Bob.
Well, we got a bad break on that. Timmy Schultz sprinted all the way across. Really kind of had him covered. Sammy Bick coming from the backside. Tried to flick it with his right heel. Couldn't quite get it. Paul Child. Slobo came out. Paul Child just back of the heel. Right heel. Everything went perfect. This is his night. Who's that guy from Kansas City that had 5 or 6 last year against us?
Gordon Hill. Well, Slobo did the right thing coming out.
Oh, he had to.
Who would expect a back heel pass to go in? Sibby's will get the assist. Well, that one hurts. Now it's a 2-goal game again. 12:08 the time of the goal. 4-2 Pittsburgh with 2.5 left in the first half of play. Steamers on the restart. Draghi and Schultz. Timmy across midfield. Up the left side for Betancourt. St. Louis with their third line on. Betancourt trying to weave his way through there, and Topolsky knocked him off the ball. That'll be a St. Louis free kick in deep on the left wing. Ian Sibbies gets his 3rd assist of the year. He's got 10 points on 7 goals. Ooh, a shot from the right side by Draghi, just deflected wide. In the air, McEwen knocked off the ball by Topolsky. That'll be another foul against Pittsburgh's number 20. He's a big, rough, tough guy who likes to mix it up. Officials watch him closely. Durant, another restart here quickly. Out on top, left wing. Schultz on goal and a save. A full volley. This one, another one goes wide from the left side. Boy, what shooting by Tim Schultz.
Man, I was impressed with the shot, and it didn't even go in.
Now on the far side, a whistle and a foul. Hustling there and called for a foul. Tim Schultz of St. Louis. Terlecki says to Gino DiPolito, or rather to the other official, Andy Shaparovich, why'd you call a foul when I had the advantage? Terlecki came off the boards with the ball, but they said the foul on Schultz serious enough that they should stop the play. Now a 1-2. Other way, Terlecki and Slobo there to knock it away. Look out. Ball knocked away by Sibbies, but Schultz gets it up to Betancourt. Armando with 1:50 left. Another goal before halftime would be nice. Betancourt trying to weave his way in there between 2 defenders. Finally, Sibbies took it away. Cacciatore hounding him. Cacciatore and Betancourt take it away from Sibbies. Here's Catch back to Duran, top of the area. Darrell to his left for Catch. In the corner, off the boards in front. Nobody can get it. Knocked away by McKenzie. On the near side, Ian Sibbies. Cacciatore is probably the only player on the floor who can steal the ball from Ian Sibbies in a speed matchup. Duran in midfield. Flips it on the far side. Nice ball. Tony Bellinger at the point. One touch. Down the boards in front. Catch a shot wide. Rebound. Nobody can get it. Oh, Catch didn't miss by more than a foot. Ball down the floor. Slobo out to get it. Nice foot skill by the St. Louis keeper. They take it away. And empty net. A shot and a goal.
Unfortunate. Slobo came out. He made one fatal mistake. He duped one. He tried to get the ball off, and then we lost the ball, and they are great.
Bob, he was over the red line. He could have cleared the ball down the floor, and he made the wrong choice, and it cost him dearly.
And credit Pittsburgh because they are pressuring us. Defensively, they're all over us. They're not giving us a chance to set up.
Terlecki finishing it and putting it into the net. His 9th goal of the year, and the Steamers are in big trouble now. 14 minutes, the time of that goal. Cap on the assist. 5-2 Pittsburgh now in the last minute of the first half. Back to the goalkeeper, Mavlik. Straight ahead. Lost it. Hulser couldn't keep it away from Bossmeyer. On the far side, Pittsburgh with it again. Dave Hagen, number 6. Terlecki from Cap at 14 minutes. For Earhart Cap, his 2nd assist of the year.
You know, we were right there twice on their doorstep. Just missed. Cacciatore once. Timmy Schultz. Ours don't go in. They come down, and twice they scored goals that have given them the big lead right now with 18 seconds to go before the half.
20 seconds remaining now as the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Mavlik. Mavlik in his own penalty area, controlling. Less than 10 seconds. Pittsburgh very happy with a 3-goal lead at halftime. Out to midfield, 3 seconds left. That'll do it as the ball goes back to the keeper once more. That's the end of the first half of play. Steamers tied it up 1-1 in the first quarter, and then Pittsburgh, after getting 2, saw St. Louis come back to within 1 on a 2nd goal of the evening by Davis, and then Child and Terlecki hitting in the last 3 minutes of the second quarter has taken Pittsburgh out to a 3-goal lead. So at the end of the first half, it's the Spirit 5 and St. Louis 2. And from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're tuned in to St. Louis Steamers
Sports Break. We're at halftime of the Steamer-Pittsburgh game. Let's update that score for you. Bad news right now. Pittsburgh on top, 5-2 in that game. Ricky Davis has both goals for the Steamers. All right, other games around the MISL this evening. Let's run them down. There's the Steamer score. Kansas City, Tacoma, no score. They're in the first period. Baltimore, Dallas, no score. They're in the first period. Chicago, Las Vegas play later on tonight. In college soccer, it's the Billikens of St. Louis U against Southern Methodist this evening. That game is just getting underway at this hour. It is the final game of the Midwest Regionals, and it's being played at the St. Louis Soccer Park. The two schools did meet earlier this year with the Bills winning 1-0. Speaking of college soccer, it is UMSL against California State Northridge this evening in first round of the Division II playoffs. That is tonight. The game will be played at 9 o'clock. Well, it's also playoff time in the world of high school football. This afternoon, East St. Louis won the Illinois State 6A title with a 38-6 win over Downers Grove South. The victory gave the Flyers their 2nd consecutive state title. In Missouri high school action, Class 4A, here's a score for you. Jeff City, Helias 23, Joplin Parkwood 13. That's the final score. Class 1A underway right now, second quarter. Appleton City leads Rockport 6-0 in the second quarter. Tomorrow, the big game, Sumner versus Jeff City for the state 5A title. It will be played at noon tomorrow in Kansas City. Well, you will never see a better football game than Boston College, Miami today. The final score, what a game this was. Boston College 47, Miami 45. If we can, let's go to the final play of the game. Here it is. Watch this. Miami up by 4 points. BC quarterback Doug Flutie throws a prayer. 6 seconds left. Now no time. It is caught for the winning touchdown by Eric Dobb in the end zone. Boston College wins it on a miracle touchdown pass. 47-45, the final score. Okay, we're going to take a short break right here, but when we come back, you'll meet the Steamers' new owner and president, Tom Bowers, and that'll be coming your way right after you see this. Just watching the Steamers play, imagine what it must be like for Tom Bowers, the team's new owner, president, and biggest fan.
Christensen in front, shot to score. We're all tied up. Oh, no. Trying to set up Diego Pace at the top of the box, and he scores.
For this man, it's not a matter of life and death, but it's the next closest thing. Tom Bowers may be the owner and president of the St. Louis Steamers, but first and foremost, he's a fan. During the day, you can find the 37-year-old Bowers in his office, plotting strategy, putting out brush fires, handling the business side of sports. But on game nights, the Bowers family supports the Steamers just like any other. There's Tom's wife, Nancy, 5-year-old Kevin, 8-year-old Mark, and oldest son, Mike, a 12-year-old who first got Daddy interested in the Steamers by taking him to a game 4 years ago. It was that very night that this graduate of Mary Queen of Peace Grade School and CBC High School became sold on indoor soccer. The action, the speed, the enthusiasm. Though he already ran his own successful business, Bowers couldn't resist when he heard the team was for sale. With a group of local investors, he purchased the Steamers this past July. And quickly, Bowers the fan became Bowers the owner.
You never know what you're getting into. As you say, you have a successful business that you've been blessed to keep going, and I knew that this was going to take up a lot of my time, but I think once we made the commitment psychologically, we just said, well, let's go for it.
This year, Bowers and his Steamers are going for it with gusto. The first game of the season, the home opener against Chicago, was something right out of Hollywood. There was steam and glitter, flashing lights, limousines, elaborate introductions of not only the players, but also the front office staff, and a new mascot, Stanley Steamer. All in all, it was a show within a show, something resembling a Steven Spielberg production. Actually, it was a brainchild of Tom Bowers, a man with a promotion and marketing background who believes in keeping the fans entertained from beginning to end.
We do put on elaborate introductions, and that's to get the fans excited, to get the players hyped up, and then once those players hit the floor, you're going to get 60 minutes of tremendous, hard, and aggressive played soccer. And, I challenge anybody who thinks that game is an easier game than some other type of game to go out there in a pair of shorts and get banged against one of those boards, because it's a tough game. That's why I don't play it.
This is one owner who may not have any plans to score goals or make saves, but when it comes to enthusiasm, Tom Bowers would make anyone's all-star team.
Get in there. Oh, no. Handball. Oh, no. Oh. What is going on? What was that? What was that? What was that? Get in there. Hurrah! 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 That's beautiful.
It's not as enjoyable as it used to be, but that could be just my nervousness on the part of being a new owner, and I want the fans to like what they see as our theme that we're using this year, and I'm nervous about that when I get to the game, and when we play the way we're playing, my nervous level has reduced considerably since the first game. So maybe in the next 2 or 3 games, I'll be a fan, totally a fan again.
It was 4 years ago that this man attended his first indoor soccer game. Just like many St. Louisans, he was hooked. He became a fan. Now, as he sits high above the arena and watches the Steamers play, he realizes this is his team. And while the circumstances have changed, not much else has. As Bowers says,
I'm a fan first and an owner second.
And while each game and each victory brings a celebration on the field, it also does the same in the stands. That's where you'll find the Tom Bowers family, cheering, screaming, urging the Steamers on to victory. And while the season is still young, it's plain to see that for the Steamers and their biggest fans, the fun is just beginning. Tom Bowers will receive a Seiko watch from Michael Genovese Jewelers. See Seiko's winning combination of quartz accuracy and unique styling at Michael Genovese. Seiko, setting the standard for the world for the future. Okay, now let's go to Bob Carpenter for an update on tonight's game. Bobby, this Pittsburgh team is dangerous, especially offensively. They are certainly showing it here tonight.
Well, you're exactly right, Jim. They've got a lot of skill on this team with guys like Paul Child, of course, making his return tonight. Ian Sibbies has always been a guy that's given the Steamers a lot of problems. You know, and Bob Burnett and I a moment ago were trying to analyze what's gone wrong. You know, you look at a 5-2 score and might say, well, the defense isn't playing so well. That probably is not the case because the Steamers are not generating much offense. They've got to get the running game going up front. That'll make the defense look a lot better.
Bob, do you ever get the impression the other teams are trying to kick Ricky Davis off the field? I know Dave Clements was concerned about that last year, and it seems to be the case this year.
I don't know what would make you think that, Jim. He's only been down twice. I agree with you 100%. The second one should have been a penalty against Topolsky because Ricky clearly had position. We hope he's okay for the second half, and that'll do it for halftime for Pittsburgh.
Okay, Bobby, thanks. Go get him in the second half.
We'll try.
All righty. That's going to do it for Sports Break this evening. Now, stay tuned for more Steamer action. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Duff.
Pittsburgh Civic Arena, Bob Carpenter along with Bob Burnett, second half on top as the Steamers trail by a score of 5-2. Coach, a lot of Pittsburgh goals in that second quarter, and in your opinion, what do the Steamers need to do to turn things around here as we move on to the second half down by 3?
I hate to sound redundant, but again, you win these ball games by winning those 50-50 balls, having a lot of high pressure defensively, and you've got to run off the ball and get all 5 people in the movement of the ball and get some people in the attack. We need some breaks. They scored some great goals, but those are 1 in 1,000 type goals. We just have to keep our head up now and come back. Again, as I said earlier, we've been back this way before. If we've got everyone sound out on the floor, can play the second half, we're still going to be in this ball game.
Seems like I run into people from Belleville, Illinois, all over the country. Ran into a bunch of Cardinal fans out in Los Angeles from Belleville earlier this year. Tonight here in Pittsburgh, Steven Siegel of Belleville would like to say hello to everybody with the U.S. Coast Guard. Do we have an ocean in Belleville? I didn't know that. Oh, well. Maybe they're the Lake Patrol or something.
How about our good friend Pete Sarver, the assistant coach of the St. Louis Steamers, but the head soccer coach of Florissant Valley, who's playing for the national championship tomorrow. Good luck to Pete. That guy's a great coach. He's been out there for 10, 15 years or so. I think he has 7 national championships. Just a wonderful person, a wonderful coach, so we wish him well and his players also.
Yes, sir, and we'd like to wish everybody, hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday and didn't eat as much as Bob Burnett did. I'd like to say a special word of happy Thanksgiving to my parents, who I did not get to see yesterday back in St. Louis. We look forward to returning home next week against Pittsburgh at the arena 1 week from tonight. But it's on to Minnesota after this one, and a very difficult second half ahead. Steamers going from left to right as they kick it off in their road blues here in the second half. Sammy Bick for Don Ebert, left point Duran ahead. Redmond Lane on for the first time. Ball knocked away from him by Topolsky. Duran trying to keep control, got it away from Sibbies. Back in midfield for Tony Bellinger. Tony down the left wing boards, nobody there. It got by Ebert, and Topolsky lets it roll for his goalkeeper, Peter Moblet. Well, Redmond Lane, with his great explosive speed, maybe can make some things happen here, but on the other hand, he's out there with Ebert, Bob Burnett, which indicates to me Ricky Davis may not return this evening. I don't know, haven't seen Ricky on the bench as of yet. We'll have to check and see if he's down there. Down the middle, Topolsky, left side, Sibby's fans on it, rebound, Koepka, his shot wide, Slobo kicks out the rebound, and Duran has it. Darrell on the near side, pull tops it along the boards to keep control. Boy, Sibby's was right on the doorstep. Those are the kind of goals Jeff Bourne of Wichita used to score against the Steamers. Just park on that post and deflect those things in. On the near boards, Duran knocked off the ball by Terlecki. Terlecki down the left wing against Bellinger, cuts it inside, got away from him, trying to get a shot, goes back across. Oh, and Sibby's had a chance for a shot at a bad angle, tried to get a little cute with it and passed it all the way across the other side. Now Redmond Lane down the left wing from Bellinger. Redmond at the left point against Topolsky. He's got a good shot from the bad angle, kicked out of there by Erhard Kapp in front. And it comes loose on the near side for Z. Koepka. Back on defense for Pittsburgh's Erhard Kapp, former New York Cosmo. Up the right side, Topolsky, long ball for Terlecki. Bellinger watching him. Terlecki on the near boards. McEwen hustling to take him off the ball. Terlecki still holding on. Betancourt comes in to help out, and he takes the ball away. Armando knocked off the ball by Topolsky at midfield. 2-on-3, now 3-on-3. They didn't see Terlecki down the left wing. He was late in getting to the play. Now Sibby's in the far boards, clips it on the near side.
Tom Bowers will receive a Seiko watch from Michael Genovese Jewelers. See Seiko's winning combination of quartz accuracy and unique styling at Michael Genovese. Seiko, setting the standard for the world for the future. Okay, now let's go to Bob Carpenter for an update on tonight's game. Bobby, this Pittsburgh team is dangerous, especially offensively. They are certainly showing it here tonight.
Well, you're exactly right, Jim. They've got a lot of skill on this team with guys like Paul Child, of course, making his return tonight. Ian Sibby's has always been a guy that's given the Steamers a lot of problems. You know, and Bob Burnett and I a moment ago were trying to analyze what's gone wrong. You know, you look at a 5-2 score and might say, well, the defense isn't playing so well. That probably is not the case because the Steamers are not generating much offense. They've got to get the running game going up front. That'll make the defense look a lot better.
Bob, do you ever get the impression the other teams are trying to kick Ricky Davis off the field? I know Dave Clements was concerned about that last year, and it seems to be the case this year.
I don't know what would make you think that, Jim. He's only been down twice. I agree with you 100%. The second one should have been a penalty against Topolsky because Ricky clearly had position. We hope he's okay for the second half, and that'll do it for halftime for Pittsburgh.
Okay, Bobby, thanks. Go get him in the second half.
We'll try.
All righty. That's going to do it for Sports Break this evening. Now, stay tuned for more Steamer action. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Duff.
Pittsburgh Civic Arena, Bob Carpenter along with Bob Burnett, second half on top as the Steamers trail by a score of 5-2. Coach, a lot of Pittsburgh goals in that second quarter, and in your opinion, what do the Steamers need to do to turn things around here as we move on to the second half down by 3?
I hate to sound redundant, but again, you win these ball games by winning those 50-50 balls, having a lot of high pressure defensively, and you've got to run off the ball and get all 5 people in the movement of the ball and get some people in the attack. We need some breaks. They scored some great goals, but those are 1 in 1,000 type goals. We just have to keep our head up now and come back. Again, as I said earlier, we've been back this way before. If we've got everyone sound out on the floor, can play the second half, we're still going to be in this ball game.
Seems like I run into people from Belleville, Illinois, all over the country. Ran into a bunch of Cardinal fans out in Los Angeles from Belleville earlier this year. Tonight here in Pittsburgh, Steven Siegel of Belleville would like to say hello to everybody with the U.S. Coast Guard. Do we have an ocean in Belleville? I didn't know that. Oh, well. Maybe they're the Lake Patrol or something.
How about our good friend Pete Sarber, the assistant coach of the St. Louis Steamers, but the head soccer coach of Florissant Valley, who's playing for the national championship tomorrow. Good luck to Pete. That guy's a great coach. He's been out there for 10, 15 years or so. I think he has 7 national championships. Just a wonderful person, a wonderful coach, so we wish him well and his players also.
Yes, sir, and we'd like to wish everybody, hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday and didn't eat as much as Bob Burnett did. I'd like to say a special word of happy Thanksgiving to my parents, who I did not get to see yesterday back in St. Louis. We look forward to returning home next week against Pittsburgh at the arena 1 week from tonight. But it's on to Minnesota after this one, and a very difficult second half ahead. Steamers going from left to right as they kick it off in their road blues here in the second half. Sammy Bick for Don Ebert, left point Duran ahead. Redmond Lane on for the first time. Ball knocked away from him by Topolsky. Duran trying to keep control, got it away from Sibby's. Back in midfield for Tony Bellinger. Tony down the left wing boards, nobody there. It got by Ebert, and Topolsky lets it roll through his goalkeeper, Peter Mavlik. Well, Redmond Lane, with his great explosive speed, maybe can make some things happen here, but on the other hand, he's out there with Ebert, Bob Burnett, which indicates to me Ricky Davis may not return this evening. I don't know, haven't seen Ricky on the bench as of yet. We'll have to check and see if he's down there. Down the middle, Topolsky, left side, Sibby's fans on it, rebound, Koepka, his shot wide, Slobo kicks out the rebound, and Duran has it. Darrell on the near side, pull tops it along the boards to keep control. Boy, Sibby's was right on the doorstep. Those are the kind of goals Jeff Bourne of Wichita used to score against the Steamers. Just park on that post and deflect those things in. On the near boards, Duran knocked off the ball by Terlecki. Terlecki down the left wing against Bellinger, cuts it inside, got away from him, trying to get a shot, goes back across. Oh, and Sibby's had a chance for a shot at a bad angle, tried to get a little cute with it and passed it all the way across the other side. Now Redmond Lane down the left wing from Bellinger. Redmond at the left point against Topolsky. He's got a good shot from the bad angle, kicked out of there by Earhart. Cap in front. And it comes loose on the near side for Zeke Koepka. Back on defense For Pittsburgh's Erhard Cap, former New York Cosmo. Up the right side, Topolsky, long ball for Terlecki. Bellinger watching him. Terlecki on the near boards. McEwen hustling to take him off the ball. Terlecki still holding on. Betancourt comes in to help out, and he takes the ball away. Armando knocked off the ball by Topolsky at midfield. 2-on-3, now 3-on-3. They didn't see Terlecki down the left wing. He was late in getting to the play. Now Sibby's in the far boards, clips it on the near side. Keogh lets it bounce. Off the glass, Ty controls the head for Duncan McEwen. Here comes St. Louis. Left wing for Betancourt. Armando against Erhard Cap. Betancourt down the left wing. Cap defending. Bad angle, trying to turn it out away from the boards. He will leave it there for Duncan McEwen. Back to Armando in front. Can't get a shot. Now does left-footed. Knocked away easily by the defender. Keogh comes piling in to take it away. Ball loose. Betancourt couldn't get a whack at it. Back to the goalkeeper, Peter Mavler. Good defense by Pittsburgh, but good persistence by Ty Keogh and Armando Betancourt of St. Louis.
Armando Betancourt, very strong. Good player up there on the box with his back turned to the goal or going forward. A little slow on his delivery, trying to get that left foot off, that left shot off, but he's going to help us up there on top.
Pittsburgh down the left wing. Controlled by number 14, Kevin Marr on the far side for McKenzie. We got some bad news about Ricky Davis handed us here. We'll tell you about it momentarily. At midfield, Bob Bosmeyer. And all the way into the stands on the far side from the foot of Kevin Marr. We'll update Ricky Davis in a moment for you. Pittsburgh on top 5-2. We've got a timeout. 12:01, third quarter. This is St. Louis Steamer Soccer. Davis of the Steamers out with a possible shoulder separation, currently being examined in the locker room, not in the hospital. Not known if Ricky will return tonight. We don't care that much about whether he'll be back tonight, but how long will he be out if he is injured? On the near boards, Pesa is fouled. Diego holding it there, looking to pass it inside now. Does. Cacciatore knocked off the ball by McKenzie. On the far side, Paul Child down the right wing. At the point, cuts it inside. Lays it off for Bob Bosmeyer. Bosmeyer seems to assist on most of Child's goals. In the corner, Dave Hagen. Draghi took a whack at him and missed. Now it's Hulser pulling it off the boards and a foul against St. Louis. Draghi getting mixed up there with Hagen a little bit as they pushed and shoved after the whistle. David Hagen, number 6, 23-year-old from Falkirk, Scotland. On the far side, Bosmeyer will play it in across the goal mouth. Mr. Child was there, but not in deep enough. At the point, Dave McKenzie. Up over the top, right side. There's Draghi against Hagen again. Hagen goes to the corner, tries to turn Dregs. And another foul against the St. Louis defender. 2 on Draghi, 2 on St. Louis here in the third quarter. Mr. Hagen's giving Mr. Draghi some problems right now.
And likewise, Draghi will hold his ground.
Out on top, look out, McKenzie. Weak shot goes wide. He didn't get anything on that ball at all. Now it's up over the glass in at the stands off the foot of Hagen. St. Louis goal kick. 11:15 left, third quarter. A 3-goal game. Pittsburgh on top, 5-2. Now McEwen will leave. Bick. Is Bick coming on? We'll see. Yeah, Bick and Bellinger coming on to replace Draghi and his partner, Tim Schultz. Pesa, Cacciatore up front with Larry Hulser, the midfielder.
Diego Pace is having some problems with that right thigh also. He's not running as free as he was, and he's not as good taking people on one-on-one. You can see that right leg is bothering him some. Redmond Lane looked very good on the last shift, so we're going to see more of him out there. He's running free, had a good shot on goal.
In fact, Diego has new tape on his leg. That's not the same tape he had on in the first half. He might have gotten retaped by Bill Jennings at halftime. Pesa down the middle for Bellinger, came back to Diego, knocked off the ball. Here comes Paul Child down the left wing against Sammy Bick. Shoves it across, Hulser. Back to Slobo. Nice play by Larry, coming back from midfield. Slobo on the far side for Bellinger. Tony straight ahead for Hulser. Got a man on the right side, Bick. Ball behind him. Sammy lets it go off the boards. There's one of those things when you haven't played in a while. He didn't read the ball off the boards properly and went right by him and to the Pittsburgh defense. It'll take a little while for Sam to get in the swing of things. Should have been on the All-Star team last year. Had a tremendous season for the Steamers. Up to midfield. Bosmeyer left side. It's McKenzie. And blocked by Sammy Bick. Good play defensively by the Steamer captain. Ebert now ahead for Sammy on the right wing. Bick, number 17. Back to Daryl Duran at the St. Louis red line. He steps across midfield and looks downfield for Redmond Lane on the left wing. Against Bosmeyer there. Redmond in on goal. Bad angle. Right-footed shot wide. Ebert picks up the rebound. Leaves it off for Bick. He and Duran got their signals crossed. Sammy in the corner for Redmond Lane. Redmond with his back to the net, now turning in the corner, looking for someone open. At a bad angle in front, Mavlik knocks it down, rebound loose. Duran can't get a shot. Another rebound, he hit the post. On the near side, Duran hit a rocket right into the upright, and now a foul against Redmond Lane for running into the goalkeeper. Redmond claiming he was pushed into the keeper, and now Ebert steps in to make peace and points a finger at Dave McKenzie.
Danger play, Steamers.
Redmond Lane was trying to get in on the goal. He was screened off by McKenzie. That's what he's complaining about. I'll tell you, Redmond Lane has really shown some effort out there. Had a great shot again, hit that post, but he's really moving. And that one or two people inspiring the others to pick up the pace. If we can just get one here, get within two, anything can happen because we run so well when we're behind. And if we run those 4 quarters, that fourth quarter, we always seem to catch up with them and go ahead of them. So just stay in there tight. Get a goal right now if we can.
We're 5:45 into the third quarter. No goals in this period yet. On the near side, Pittsburgh's Charlie Green, number 22, taken away by Redmond in midfield, but Lane could not keep it. Redmond will leave now, and McEwen comes on. Ebert and McEwen watching up front. Ball taken away by Bellinger. Duran, look at that pass. Ahead for Bellinger. Tony down the middle. Left side, Ebert off the boards, in front, save, rebound, Duran, or rather McEwen couldn't get up high enough. Now there's a case where a player is doing nothing but jumping for the ball, incidental contact, and they call a foul. Running back the other way is Leite. Taikio knocks it away. Why penalize the player for playing the ball? He barely touched the goalkeeper. That is 4 fouls against the Steamers in this quarter. Right side, McEwen in the corner. Bad angle, in front, knocked away by the keeper. Rebound, Sammy Bick. Blocked by the defender into the crowd. Gordon Smith a piece of it. It'll be a corner kick for St. Louis. We'll take a timeout. 8:26 left, third quarter. 5-2 Pittsburgh. This is St. Louis Steamers. Brand, left wing corner. He's got Cacciatore and Ebert in front. Bellinger and McEwen out on top. McEwen a shot. Oh, it hit the goalpost. Hit the inside of the post. I thought it was in and came right out. Duncan hit one hard from the left side. No luck for the Steamers in this one tonight. Long ball, Pittsburgh plays it. Slobo rejects it. Here comes Cacciatore. 3-on-3 with McEwen and Ebert. Catch around one man. Man open left wing. Duncan in on goal. A shot, and Mavlik kicked it out. Good save by the keeper. Ball knocked out. Here comes Pittsburgh, but the Steamers are running like they can do. Here's a 3-on-2. Left side. Man open. Topolsky. Paul Child can't get it. Ball was behind him. He did a great job just to make contact. Tim Schultz with it, being muscled off the ball. That's a foul, and the Steamers will have it on defense.
That's 3 balls now that hit the post, so we're right on goal. We had that happen against Cleveland. Finally, things start going in that fourth quarter. Stay right with them, Steamers.
Yeah, they've got to go in sooner or later, right? Taikio up the right side for Armando Betancourt. Betancourt against his man, Earhart Cap. Across the red line for Cacciatore. Left wing, Betancourt. Thought he might slam it off the boards, but Cacciatore was breaking in. Armando pulled down from behind by Earhart Cap. That'll be the 3rd foul in the period against Pittsburgh. St. Louis has 4. It's 7:23 left, so that could be a factor later on. Taikio across, knocked out of there by Topolsky. Off the glass far side. Tim Schultz in trouble. Back to his goalkeeper, Slobo. Paul Child marking up front. Well, Pittsburgh hasn't had many offensive chances lately. The Steamers have had all the play, but just can't find the back of the net. They've hit the iron, as Bob said, 3 times in the game tonight. Betancourt down the left wing. Cacciatore running a shot. Oh, and the keeper just got a piece of it. That may be Mavlik's best save of the night. He just barely touched it, and that put it wide, or it would have gone in. On the near side, Marcio Leite against Hulser, pair of 15s. A foul against Larry. That's number 5 at midfield. And it'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh at midfield.
Well, don't change our style of play now. That we picked up 5 goals, but I'll tell you one thing, we're playing very well and taking the play away from them. Just stay with it. If we get 6 fouls and they go at us, well, that's the way it has to be. But don't change your style now, Steamers.
Earhart Cap from his goalkeeper. Back to Mavlik again. Redmond Lane hounding him. Upfield they go. Schultz knocks it away. Draghi with it. Far side. Schultz inside for Don Draghi. Ulcer. Larry angling in at the red line. Steps around one man. Leite goes left wing for Redmond Lane. Runs to the net. Redmond centers it in front. Nobody there. One man in too deep. One not deep enough. And the ball went right through the lane. Now Charlie Green for the Pittsburgh Spirit. A Phoenix Pride player last year, so he went from the Pride to the Spirit. On the near side, Green from his goalkeeper, Mavlik. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. 5-2 Pittsburgh. That was our halftime score. It was 1-1 after 1. By the way, it's 1-1 after 1 in Kansas City with Tacoma visiting there. Baltimore 1, Dallas nothing after 1. Later tonight, Chicago at Las Vegas. Midfield, nice ball, one touch ahead for Kapka. He centers it, hit a defender, and Tim Schultz covers up for St. Louis. Now Larry Hulser on the near side. Ball taken away by the backtracking Ian Sibbies. Number 20 is Adam Topolsky. Back to the St. Louis red line. Looks right side. Fed in there. Oh, a save by Slobo. Rebound off Duran, right back to him. As Sibbies made a great run toward the net. And then they gave him a beautiful ball from the right side, and he almost made it 6-2. Well, I tell you, they really one-touched that ball nicely on the attack. Here's Bellinger from Draghi. Tony across the red line. Ahead for Ebert. Don broke one way. Tony passed it the other. Pittsburgh comes away with it. Bellinger takes it away from his man Marr at midfield. There's Duncan McEwen one-on-one against McKenzie. To his right, a shot, and that may have caught the goal post. Maybe the top of the post. I saw the glass move a little bit. It was close to going in, but not quite on goal. Now a foul against Pittsburgh on the boards as Ebert was dumped. That'll be 4 against the Spirit. So Steamers have 5 fouls here, and Pittsburgh has 4. Looking ahead to that 6-foul penalty. Duncan McEwen had a great chance a moment ago. Just missed going in high and wide. Duran for Bellinger. Far boards, Darrell. Pull topping it away from Stan Terlecki. Duran inside for Ebert. One touches back out. Steamers kind of working a weave right now with players going to and fro. Now a steal up ahead. Stan Terlecki in alone on the left wing. Bad angle. Draghi covers up. So does McEwen. So the Steamers got back behind the soccer ball. Terlecki one-on-one against Draghi. Draghi makes him go to his right. Nice play. And then Ebert helps out to steal it. Now Draghi dumped by Marr. Play on. Terlecki knocked off the ball by McEwen. Back to midfield. McKenzie for Terlecki. Back in the attacking zone. On the far side, Marr with it on the boards. Looking in front for Sibbies are Terlecki. A shot deflected into the crowd. St. Louis goal kick. With 4:06 remaining in the third quarter of play. We'll take a timeout. Steamers still battling from a 3-goal deficit. And from Pittsburgh, this is St. Louis Steamers. A corner kick as we return. They ruled the ball went out of bounds off a Steamer defender. With a 3-goal lead, Pittsburgh will set things up here. They got McKenzie out on top. Along with Green, they play it to Terlecki left side, out on top to McKenzie. Right side, Green. Sammy Bick hounding him, chasing him all the way back to midfield. So now Pittsburgh will set things up. On the near side, bad ball from Green. Ty Keogh took it away. Now Redmond Lane and Cacciatore running downfield. Ty, right side, tried to switch it back against the grain, and right there to take it away was Zeke Kapka. He put it down over 3 lines, so St. Louis will get the offside free kick at the Pittsburgh defensive red line. 3:44 left, third quarter, Bob. A goal would be so big late in the third quarter. You don't want to go into the fourth down by 2 or 3. Out on top, Redmond Lane, Cacciatore, and Bellinger finally comes up with it. Catch in the air, knocked off the ball by McKenzie. In the air again, far corner. Look out, guys, as McKenzie slams one off the boards. Terlecki knocks it down for Bellinger. Tony for Cacciatore. Jeff running left wing on top. Tony shot in front. Oh, it squirted just wide. Catch the rebound high off the glass, and Pittsburgh knocks it out of their Kapka. Boy, I thought Tony was going to put that one away. Redmond Lane in the corner. Sammy Bick tripped up. That's going to be a 2-minute penalty. Now, this does not count toward the 6 fouls, so they will not have 5 like the Steamers do, but it is a 2-minute penalty for tripping as Bick made a run down the left wing, and he was dumped on the play. St. Louis goes on the power play. They're 1 for 1 on the evening.
Bob, he had no alternative on that because Sammy Bick was around him and going on goal. He had to call a 2-minute foul. He just stuck the foot in there, tripped Sammy up as he was going by him. And incidentally, we had someone breaking down the box, and there Sammy gets in there and draws the keeper out. He drops it back. Redmond Lane was dropping down. Here's the break we need. Let's get one here, make it 5-3. To answer your question, I didn't answer right away because play had been going on, Bob. It would be discouraging to play this well third quarter and not do any better than 5-2. Should they score, make it 6-2, you know, after all the effort in the post. So this may be our break right here.
Zeke Kapka tripping at 11:47. Redmond Lane on top for Durant. Darrell shooting quickly, knocked down by McKenzie. On the near boards, Kevin Marr against McEwen, off his head into the St. Louis bench. And the Steamers will have a kick. Now, the Steamers have to be careful because if they commit another foul, then they will get a 2-minute bench penalty, and the teams will be even at 4 besides the keepers.
Let the ball work for you now. Let's get one.
Daryl Duran, right side for McEwen. Duncan shooting it in. Tried to angle it for catch. Redmond Lane a shot. Ebert couldn't tip it in. Rebound knocked away. Oh, Ebes was right on the right post and just couldn't tip it. Now McEwen. That ball came in awfully quick. Duncan out on top for Duran. Left side, Redmond Lane. Redmond at the point. He's replacing Davis on the power play. Steamers 1 for 1 tonight, 3 of 12 on the season. Duncan McEwen has it after a slide tackle by Earhart Cap. Now Duncan gives it up in midfield. Player dumped on the play. They say play on, so no foul.
He took a dive, Bob.
Smart.
That's why they didn't call it.
Smart play, though, when the other team has 5 fouls. 2:25 left in the period. Left wing corner, Cacciatore. Trying to work for a pass or a shot. He's fouled, and now that's 5 fouls against Pittsburgh. If they get another one, they'll be 2 men short. Here's Redmond Lane on the restart. Red out on top for Duran. Near side, Duncan McEwen. Ebert in the corner for McEwen in front. He was tripped in front by Marr. Duran has it, shooting, blocked by McKenzie. Oh, a high foot, it looked like against Marr, and they let play continue. Boy, this is an interesting situation. 5 fouls against Pittsburgh, and they're already a man short. Now Slobo out on top. For Redmond Lane. Daryl Duran. For Redmond at the point. Lane winding up and shooting wide. Kicked out by a defender. In the corner. Dumped again is Lane by McKenzie. Play on, they say. Cacciatore muscled off the ball by McKenzie. 30 seconds left in the power play. Cacciatore called for a foul. That's going to be a 2-minute penalty against St. Louis.
It could have been called the other way just a second earlier because the same situation occurred. You know, and I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to protect the players once they're on the board, because there were moments last year when players had the ball dribbling down along the board. Defenders coming up on them, you know, they had a free ticket to whatever they wanted to do to them. So that's what the official's doing. We're all right, though, because, you know, they've got 5 fouls on them, and they get one more, and we can hold them right here, and we can finish out this quarter and maybe score a goal or two and go in there 5-3 or 5-4.
It goes to show how quickly the complexion of the game can change with this new rule. So, you know, suddenly everybody's playing a man short for 5 or 6 minutes, and it makes it a wide open game. Things get kind of crazy, especially when you have a regular penalty thrown in, like the one against Z. Koepka.
If we get the opportunity and do win the ball or get possession, we've got to try and take one of their defenders or forwards on one-on-one, try and make them foul us so they can complete that 6th foul in this 3rd quarter.
Steamers have to send somebody over to serve the bench penalty. Minute 44 left in the period. St. Louis will be even with Pittsburgh in personnel for the next 31 seconds. Then for the next minute 29, the Pittsburgh Spirit will have a man advantage. Don't forget, we'll be back home on Friday night. Tickets available at all the Steamer outlets for St. Louis against this Pittsburgh team. 7:35 kickoff at the arena next Friday night. And then, of course, the game a week later on December 7th will be Autograph Cup night. We showed you the cup earlier this evening and told you about it. That's when the Steamers host San Diego from the West. Your collection of soccer souvenirs will grow with the Steamer Autograph Soccer Cup on December 7th. Now Pittsburgh will just hold on to it for a while. Coach waiting for their power play. Peter Mavlik, the goalkeeper, inside his own end. Duran trying to. They're just playing a little keep away with Topolsky.
Bob, what we need is pressure off the ball. Now, we're really pressuring on the ball, but let the people covering off the ball get on them tight in case they make that pass. We can intercept one. If Donnie goes up and chases, we've got to help Donnie out.
Now the Steamers are a man short as Pittsburgh's player steps back on. Z. Koepka leaves, and coming on is Dave Hagen. Here comes McKenzie down the middle. A shot. Draghi blocks it. Checking it was Tim Schultz. And then cleared away. Under a minute left now in the 3rd quarter with the Steamers trying to kill their 11th penalty of the year successfully in a row. Topolsky at the right point. Out on top. Stan Terlecki in the corner. Sibby centers it. Tony Bellinger says thanks. Ball knocked away. That was a high kick by Stan Terlecki, and that'll be their 6th foul
on them. Great.
Of the quarter. So now they get a 2-minute penalty. This is just what we talked about a moment ago. Penalty, penalty, penalty when the 6 fouls take effect, plus you get another regular one in there. By the way, Ricky Davis is returning to the Steamer bench right now. We don't know if he'll return or not, but he's got the only 2 St. Louis goals tonight, so he would be a welcome sight back on the field.
He's holding that right shoulder. I don't know if they have that strapped or not. He has his warm-up jacket over, but it's just good to see him on the field rather than saying, hey, they're taking him somewhere to take care of the shoulder, other than right here where we need him possibly tomorrow night, and if not tomorrow night, next week.
Well, maybe if Steamers get a goal or two, Ricky will get back in there. But if they stay down by 3, maybe it might be better just to hold him out for a while and see what happens. 42 seconds left in the period. Teams are now even. And then the Steamers will have a minute 2 power play when we move on to the 4th quarter. So the 6 foul penalties come into play here and become a big factor. Slobo up over his own red line to midfield. Ebert running left wing corner. Slobo pops one up over the top for him. Eves trying to turn it. Whistle and a foul against the St. Louis attacker. 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Eves will stand right there and force Pittsburgh to do something with the restart other than give it back to the goalkeeper. He can mark his man because everybody else can mark that man.
There it is.
Bellinger, a steal, a shot, save right into the breadbasket of Moblet. He just sat right on the ball.
You could just see Tony Bellinger anticipate that pass, come forth, get the ball, and boy, I thought we had one right there.
At the other end, off the boards from Hagen, deflected down by Ebert. Slobo picks it up. Boy, that was a tough break. Steamers unlucky here in the 3rd quarter. Duran far boards with 3 seconds left. That'll do it. Ooh, he's hit hard. Play on, they say. And that's it for the 3rd quarter of play. Nothing but penalties, 3 of them, 2 against Pittsburgh. And the teams will be even for 16 seconds of the 4th quarter. And the Steamers a power play for 102. So we've got 15 minutes remaining after 45 minutes of play. It's still Pittsburgh on top by 3 goals, 5-2. From Pittsburgh, this is St. Louis Steamer Soccer. Bob Burnett, Pittsburgh Civic Arena. It's a 5-2 Pittsburgh game. Coach, the Steamers, a lot of frustration in the 3rd quarter. Balls hitting off the post, the inside of the post, almost going in, but no luck in this game.
They have to feel good about the 3rd quarter. Even though they haven't scored, they've taken the play away from Pittsburgh and stayed right there. And just keep doing those things the 4th quarter that they have the 3rd quarter, and they're going to start going in.
In the halftime score at Dallas, Baltimore 3, Dallas 1. Halftime in Kansas City, Tacoma and the Comets are 3-3. And for you Illini basketball fans, Illini beat Idaho State 64-44 tonight in the Great Alaskan Shootout. After 3 quarters of play, Steamers have outshot Pittsburgh 24-15. Slobo has 7 saves, and Pete Mavlik has 13.
Bob, while we have a minute here, I, along with you, would like to congratulate the CBC cadets for their 2nd straight state soccer championship, and especially Coach Mickler. It's very difficult to come back and defend, and he did that with a great effort. DeSmit gave them a terrific going in the final, losing 2-0. It was a great series. CBC losing 1 ball game all year to St. Louis U High, but avenging that with a 2-1 victory in overtime on a goal by Pat Long to get them into the semifinals. So congratulations, CBC cadets.
I think Vianney is going to be back sometime soon, too. They're hungry down there after winning for so many years.
So those Brother Mary schools are always tough, Bob.
Well, I went to one McBride, but we don't have a soccer team anymore because we don't have a school. They closed up the year we graduated. They figure if we got out, it was time to close up shop. Daryl Duran, right side. We're underway 4th quarter. Steamers in 7 seconds will have a power play for a minute 2. Redmond Lane across the midfield stripe. Over for Daryl Duran. Betancourt will come on right now and join the power play. Steamers up a man for the next minute. They'd love to get a goal here and make things interesting with a lot of time left. Redmond Lane. Right point, McEwen from Duran in the corner for Ebert. Donnie looking out for Duran. He's got Redmond at the left point. Red has it. Betancourt to his left. Lane tees it up and shoots off the head of Bosmeyer straight up. Headed out. McEwen pulls it down for Redmond Lane. Got to get in a little closer in the net to get some good shots. Duran, right wing corner. Ebert in front. Betancourt and knocked away by the keeper. McEwen out on top for Daryl Duran. Left side, Redmond tees it up. Lets it go. Nobody there to deflect it, but a Pittsburgh defender who knocks it out. And it's all the way back to Slobo at the other end with only 15 seconds left in this very short power play.
Pittsburgh doing very well with their man out in front. He's putting pressure on Duran, pushing him back, so we've got to deliver a little quicker.
Ebert, right wing corner, picked up a deflection. Out on top for Duran. Penalty is over right now. Watch out for the man coming on. Line a shot, score! Ebert! Ebert right at the post to deflect it in. Donnie gets his 5th goal of the year, and the Steamers, it won't go down as a power play. The penalty was over. But it's a goal, and St. Louis back to within 2. 5-3 Pittsburgh. Eves hits for number 5.
Redmond Lane doing what he has to do on that left post, that left wing over there. Shoot that ball when he has space. That ball had eyes. It went right through the defender. Donnie Ebert camped on that right side, just tucked it right into the back of the net.
Redmond Lane gets his first point of the year on the assist. Ebert his 5th goal at 1:21. Not a power play goal, but it's a 5-3 game. That changes everything, and we'll see what happens now. Bob, that was the important thing. Get a goal quickly in the 4th quarter. Now we got a lot of time remaining.
That's right.
Of course, you have to keep up the momentum, but
Same thing.
like you said, the Steamers played so well in the 3rd quarter, they deserved better than they got, which was absolutely nothing. Ricky Davis is on the floor right now, playing in a line with Cacciatore, holding his right arm very gingerly up, not really waving it at his side as he runs, but holding his right arm stiff.
They may have that strapped to his body just to hold it in. I'm sure he has a deep bruise. You know what?
Here's a steal by Hulser momentarily. Ball comes loose. Pittsburgh back down the other way. Running down the wing, Adam Topolsky. Hulser chases him off the ball. Tell you what, 12 minutes and 55 seconds is too long to sit on a 2-goal lead. Pittsburgh had better get back on the attack because the Steamers have some momentum. Out of midfield, number 11, Gordon Smith. Far side, Marr. Cat's got a piece of it. Hulser comes away with it. Larry fights off one defender, then two. Charlie Green got it away. Puts it through the legs of Draghi on the near side. Schultz outmuscles his man on the boards, and Davis has it for St. Louis. Ricky holding that right arm gingerly ahead on the right side for Draghi. Here comes St. Louis. Redmond Lane steps on. Draghi to his right, trying to buy some time for people to get in front. Ooh, the keeper just got a piece of it, and it comes loose to Marcio Leite. Up the right wing for Gordon Smith. Hulser chasing him. In the right wing corner, Terlecki against Bellinger, leaning in. Tony rode him off the ball very nicely, played the body beautifully, and took the ball away as well. Davis too tall up the boards for Redmond Lane, and it'll be controlled on the far side by Marcio Leite, number 15. Leite ahead for Terlecki. Watching him, Draghi and Davis, or rather Ebert. Now Bellinger helps out. Steamers chasing that ball around, trying to get possession. On the near side, number 11, Gordon Smith. In the corner, turning Leite off the boards. Bellinger right there to control. Straight ahead for Ebert. Leaves it back on the first time for Don Draghi. Everybody pushing up again. Draghi, long ball. Right wing, Ebert. Watch him let the ball turn off the boards. Defender played him well, and the ball was knocked away. Now a man in midfield, Terlecki chasing it. Redmond Lane on him. Sammy Bix in front as well to help out. Terlecki across the right side. A shot wide by Gordon Smith. And Redmond Lane has it. Back to his goalkeeper, Slobo. I like the way things are going right now.
You watch the whole floor, Bob. We're really marking up tight off the ball. Now everybody playing man-to-man and just got a blanket on them, and that's paying off for us. We get one man free here. Now follow up.
Tyke up the right side for Betancourt. Armando with that great strength fights off Topolsky. Goes piling in there, and the Pittsburgh defender called for the foul. That's 2 fouls on them, none on St. Louis so far. Steamers free kick right on the corner spot. Keogh across. Sammy Bick pops it in there. Nothing doing for Ebert. And cleared out by Pittsburgh, but Bellinger knocks it back in. Didn't hit it real well. Down the floor, Slobo's got to dump it out. Spins off the side of his foot. They won't call 2 minutes on that. But we will call timeout with 10:49 left. And the Spirit lead now down to 2 goals, 5-3 Pittsburgh. You're tuned in to exciting St. Louis Steamer soccer. Civic Arena, Pittsburgh. We are live. 5-3, 10:49 left in the game. Pittsburgh on top by 2. On the far side, Kevin Marr into the corner. Zeke Koepka knocked off the ball by Duran. Comes loose off the boards, and Ebert walks it back to Slobo. St. Louis goalkeeper lays it down for Tony Bellinger now.
You see where Paul Chow was, Bob? Is right camped on the other side of the box, looking for that errant ball to come across.
Duran down the boards for Betancourt. Armando in the corner against McKenzie. The turf came up a little bit. Betancourt dumped, and that's 3 fouls against Pittsburgh now. 3 and counting.
Let's get our 4th goal, get one back, and have them go in and get their 6 fouls, and then we tie it up and win it.
McKenzie gambled between the legs of Betancourt, tried to reach in there and knock the ball away. I think they're going to call the ground crew here for a moment and have them straighten out that turf. That'll give us an opportunity to tell you again, on Friday, December 7, when the Steamers host San Diego, everyone at the game will receive a free St. Louis Steamers autograph cup, compliments of Pope's Cafeterias and Coca-Cola. Steve Jungle and company in town that night. So have a Coke, put it in your cup, and enjoy Steamer action on Saturday. Check it. It's Friday, December 7th, when the Steamers play San Diego. Of course, that's the second home game of the stand. We'll be home next Friday night against this talented Pittsburgh team. Hope you can join us either in person or on WMRY 101 FM. And we're glad you're with us on the radio and on TV 30 here tonight. Our director here in Pittsburgh, Lou Renoni, Andy Davenport, our producer back home. Our associate director here at the Civic Arena, Dennis Galloway. Glad to be with you on radio and TV here tonight. I think this guy's the best AD in the league. He keeps us loose. Here's Duran out on top. Bellinger, a shot knocked down by Betancourt. Ian Sibby's on the far side, intercepts, ball over 3 lines. Steamers will get it back. So the Steamers, with 10:14 remaining, well, they've got to get the next goal and get down by 1. A 3-goal lead would really be trouble.
Oh, boy.
Sammy Bick at midfield, shielding Sibby's off the ball. Goes back to his goalkeeper for a little bit of help. Slobo over the red line, far side for Sammy Bick. Up across, McKenzie knocked it away from Betancourt. Armando muscles him off on the boards. Betancourt back in midfield for Tim Schultz. Timmy, bad ball right to Sibby's. 2-on-1. Here they come. Guess who's lurking? Paul Child, left side. Pass to Sibby's. A shot. Oh, what a save by Slobo.
Beautiful.
He played it perfectly. Here's Sammy Bick. I was surprised to see Paul Child pass. I thought he was going to shoot again and go for number 5.
Great ball.
Here's Tim Schultz. He sure did. Give credit to him for that. Ball rejected by McKenzie. Interesting matchup, the physical Betancourt against the physical McKenzie, Bob. Evidently, Dave Clemens wants Mondo to throw his weight around on offense a little bit, open up some things for Ebert and company. Now Hulser is on there with Bick, McEwen, and Draghi. We really only have 1 true forward out there. Duncan can play either forward or midfield. Left wing, here's McEwen, a header. Oh, Mavlik knocked it away. And it's controlled by Paul Child off the boards. Back on the defensive end with 9:05 remaining. 5-3 Pittsburgh. They've led all the way, except when it was 1-1.
Got our pressure forwards out there now. Redmond Lane, Cacciatore, trying to put pressure on their backs. Again, let's do the work away from the ball now. If they're going to hustle for us, we got to pick them up if they lose it.
Mavlik centers. Ball knocked away from him by Tim Schultz. And it'll go into the stands. A kick in for the Spirit on the near side. We'll take a timeout. 8:46 left in the game. Steamers fighting from behind. They've done it a lot lately. It's a 2-goal game, and this is St. Louis Steamer soccer. Steamers are still reeling from some defensive pressure by Pittsburgh a moment ago, and what a save by Slobo as he got his left arm on a whistling shot by Ian Sibby's. A great feed from Paul Child. Now, Cacciatore knocks down an errant Pittsburgh shot at the red line. Catch holding control. Plays it long up the field, right up the middle. Intercepted there by Kevin Marr. Check it. It was Adam Topolsky, and now Vossmeyer leaves it back for his goalkeeper. Mavlik ahead. Number 17 is Erhard Kapp. On the far side for Terlecki. Number 20, Adam Topolsky. Pittsburgh trying to play a little ball control here.
Well, they're going to use the clock to their advantage. They're up by 2. They stay in that defensive shell. They make a mistake here. We get one, but get back by 1. Then we're in striking range. Even if it gets closer to the end, we can pull the keeper and maybe tie it up before the end, win this thing in overtime.
Cacciatore left side, slide tackled off the ball by Bob Vossmeyer. Nice defensive play. Terlecki with it now for Pittsburgh. Straight ahead for Vossmeyer, but Slobo there to snuff him out. Leaves it for Bellinger. Tony steps away from Terlecki. Straight ahead. Here's Ricky Davis. Davis running hard. Cuts it inside. Trying to get an angle for a shot. Finally does. Hits it high and wide. Ebert a rebound off his head wide, and Draghi picks it up. Dregs switches it far side for Larry Hulser. Larry against Kapp. A shot wide. Rebound. Draghi can't let it fly. Had a defender in front of him, Hagen. Draghi knocks it away from him in front. Oh, by a defender. It's kicked right back to the keeper. Ebert was ready to take a whack at it. Adam Topolsky stepped in to give it back to Peter Mavlik. Nice defensive play.
Adam Topolsky did one thing. He stayed right with Donnie Ebert, regardless of where the ball was, and he saved a goal.
On the near side, Topolsky at the point. Left point. Bar Kapp. Terlecki out on top. He draws 2 players to him every time he has the ball, and that always opens up somebody. 7 minutes remaining. Ball ahead. Bellinger intercepts. Slide tackle. Taikio overjudged his pass to Ricky Davis a little bit. Put it upfield, and Pittsburgh controls. It's a 5-3 game with less than 7 minutes remaining. McKenzie, far side. Taikio intercepts. It goes off his head into the crowd.
You know, Bob, you're back by 2 goals, the Steamers are, and you get a little anxious, and rightly so. We don't have the time to really be sure and finesse that ball. what they're doing is just what they have to do. Force, force, force. And eventually one of those balls is going to go through the crease to one of our offensive players going on in. That's how they got their third goal.
Good crowd here tonight, better than 12,000. They came in averaging 11,909. Great to see indoor soccer catching on here in Pittsburgh. They had a winning team here last year. They got the fans out late in the season. Gave them a lot of hope for things this year, and the fans are coming out to watch it. Not everybody in this team, in this city, is drawing very well. Pirates are up for sale because they're losing millions. Down the left wing. Slobo out of his net. Whacks it off the glass. Stays in play. Up the far boards. Keogh trying to muscle in there against Gordon Smith. He comes away with it. Shoots it in. Deflected by Bellinger to the corner. Paul Child back to Smith. Tony whacks it away, but Child got it back. Back out to the point they go. At midfield, it is McKenzie.
Playing a la Wichita again, huh, Bob? Just stay right with them.
Looks like Greg Ostalchik is on for the first time tonight. I knew I'd be in trouble if Ostalchik and Topolsky played on the same line together. They haven't yet, but Ostalchik makes his first shift of the evening here in the fourth quarter. Off the board, Sammy Bick. Slobo wanted the ball. Sammy didn't hear him. Now they give it up in front. Child, there's a goal. That's what happens when you don't communicate defensively. Sammy took it away from Slobo in front, and the Steamers never could get it back. Paul Child has 5 goals tonight, and they've all been gifts, really.
One thing good forwards have to do, they can call them garbage goals, but that's where that forward has to be. He has to be up and around that scoring range, and should something happen off the glass, off the board, deflection, he's there, and that's exactly where he was. And he never misses when he's in that tag. You know, what a great start for him for the 1984 season. 5 goals. He had to sit out the first 3 ball games because of some problems he had in the final game last year in the playoffs.
Well, you've got to give him credit. He's always there when he needs to be. 5 goals tonight. We'll see if the Steamers pull their goalkeeper right now with 5:44 left, down by 3 goals. I think Don Ebert's trying to talk Dave Clemens into it. Well, that one was a gift. That was a mistake by the Steamer defense. But
we sit outside anywhere from 15 feet or so and can't score, and they've gotten quite a few of their goals in tight.
Well, we'll take our final timeout here. It's a 3-goal game again. A real uphill battle faces the Steamers here on the road tonight. 6-3 Pittsburgh. Back with more in a moment on St. Louis Steamer Soccer. Steamers on the road now, down by 3 with only 5:44 remaining. Well, Coach, do you pull your goalkeeper now, or do you try to get a goal and then pull him?
I'd have to pull him right now.
Goals for Pittsburgh tonight is Paul Child. We've got 5:44 remaining. Glad you're with us tonight here on KDNL TV 30 in St. Louis, WMRY 101 FM, St. Louis, East St. Louis. Bob Carpenter and Bob Burnett. 5:40 remaining. Steamers are on the 6th attacker power play, down by 3. Draghi right down the middle. Right side, McEwen. Duncan, a shot deflected out of there by Gordon Smith. Now McEwen turns his man around in the corner. Ebert for McEwen, a shot. Cacciatore can't get it, and it goes right to the keeper.
He's calling it.
Catch, I think the ball came up off the boards. When he missed it the first time, then it came up off the boards and hit him in the hand. That's the first foul against St. Louis. You know, Bob, Pittsburgh has 3 fouls. If the Steamers could force them to foul here soon, things could get interesting with a 2-man advantage.
We need to put one in the back of the net. We're just missing by inches.
Long throw down the right side. Ricky Davis very intelligently let the ball go over 3 lines. That gives the Steamers a clean restart at the red line of the Spirit. Dave Clemens very concerned with 5:10 remaining. His team undefeated, but that might end here tonight. This would put St. Louis only a half game ahead of Minnesota and 1 game ahead of Pittsburgh. Ebert right side, running hard. McEwen to the corner. Can't get a whack at it. Ball knocked away by Gordon Smith. Back on top for Ebert. Don Draghi quarterbacking the 6th attacker situation. Plays it through for Duran. Darrell back here. Pass for catch. Centers it. Ooh, Ebert flick on header just wide. And in the air it goes off the foot of McEwen to the keeper. Nice pass from Catch to Ebert. Donnie just couldn't put it home. That's a difficult header. McEwen back to Draghi. 4:35 remaining. Steamers on the attack. Down by 3. Right side, McEwen. Down the corner. A shot deflected in front. Cacciatore high and wide. Rebound off a defender. In front. Steamers cannot buy a break here in the second half, can they? Boy, they've been all over the goal mouth, but unable to stick it home.
There's still time.
Right side, McEwen again, around the glass, in front. Oh, Cacciatore and Ebert both misfire. That ball was spinning wickedly, and that's why Catch couldn't control. Ostalchik, left side, Paul Child. In on goal, check it, it's not Child. It is Hagen in a goal.
They hit the post, but there's one in, Bob.
Check it, it's David McNiven making his first appearance of the night. They're down by a man. He comes on for the first time and scores a goal. This one may be out of reach now. It's 7-3 with 4:02 remaining.
We were all around the goal. We came down the right side. We came out to cut him off, and he just cut the ball back. Nice ball. The only thing again, it hit the inside of the post, but it went in. And it works both ways. We just keep firing after him.
Well, what can you say?
John Dregge went right underneath John Dregge's right leg.
McNiven gets his first goal of the year. Ricky Davis with it now for the Steamers. Back to John Dregge. Ostalchik got the assist. Here's Duran in front trying to get a shot on a pass from Ebert and Canutt. Dregge in on goal, a shot and a save. Here they come again. Right down the middle. A race to the ball. Terlecki, he'll score. This looks like the Baltimore game last year. Steamers gave up a bunch that night. Now it's 8-3 on Terlecki, assisted by the goalkeeper.
John Dregge pushed all the way up, you know, and he's our keeper. He went inside their red line. In fact, there was no one behind him, and he lost the ball, and the keeper made a great throw. Terlecki down the middle. We just couldn't catch him. That's all. He came down the middle. We had a man on him, racing with him. Tony Bellinger, step by step, but Terlecki strong, pushed him over with his left hand and just touched the ball right in the back of the net.
Terlecki from Mavlik at 11:20. It's 8-3. Here comes Dregge again. On the left side, Redmond Lane fakes a shot. On top for Dregge. One touch in the corner for Bellinger. Ball knocked away by Topolsky. Dregge on the far boards. Knocks his man down. That'll be a foul. With 3:17 remaining, things not looking good. Looks like the Steamers might be 4-1 after this one tonight. With another toughie on the road at Minnesota tomorrow evening. 8-3. Steamers have been outscored in the second half tonight by a bundle. Down the left wing, Dregge controls. They've been outscored 3-1. Counting the second quarter, they've been outscored 7-2 after being even 1-1 after the first period of play. Don Dregge down the middle now. Or Daryl Duran lays it off. Bellinger a shot high off the glass. Knocked away by the Pittsburgh defense. Dregge for Bellinger. That one is rejected by Ostalchik. A foot race. Redmond Lane puts it to the far boards. Ian Sibbies steps around one man. Back heel pass. Dregge knocks it down, so does Bellinger. They clear it out. On the near boards, it's over the glass, off the foot of Terlecki, into the crowd. This is one of those situations where the attacking players just go crazy and try to score empty net goals.
Well, they can see things happening now. They've got 8. They're going to, you know, they're hot. We need a lot of practice here with that. And it's the first time we've had the opportunity to do it this year, pulling that keeper. So we had that happen last year, but sometime during the season we'll pay off and we'll pull a game out, Bob.
Bob Burnett headed downstairs for his Star of the Game show. On radio coming up a little bit later. Duncan McEwen inside for Don Ebert. Eves or Bellinger, back heel off the glass, right to Mavlik. Everything's come right off the boards to him tonight. Dregge around one man on the far boards, back heel pass. McEwen took it away. 2:20 left in the game. Pittsburgh by 5. Spirit trying to go 3-0 at home and 3-2 overall. Steamers would be 1-1 on the road with a loss and 4-1 overall. Up to midfield, Redmond Lane. Duncan McEwen, give and go. Redmond winding up, a shot, score! Redmond Lane from Duncan McEwen. It's 8-4 with 2:07 remaining. Boy, Redmond really let one rip there. Got a nice ball from Duncan McEwen on a 1-2 give and go out near the red line. And at 12 minutes and 53 seconds, the Steamers get a 6th attacker goal on Redmond Lane's first goal of the year. Duncan McEwen on the nice assist. gets his first assist of the year. 8-4.
By number 18, Redmond Lane.
Redmond's got a shot. He let one rip. It's a 4-goal game now. 2 minutes remaining. Now Cacciatore steals. Jeff, right side for McEwen. Dunk into the corner. Looking to get one knocked in there. Ball cleared away by Gordon Smith. Cacciatore on the far side. Knocked away by Hagen. We have a whistle and a foul on Pittsburgh. That'll be their 4th of the 4th quarter. McEwen will trigger the free kick for St. Louis with 1:51 remaining. One thing I can guarantee you, these guys won't give up. The Steamer Spirit showing through here in the late going. Down by 5 and now 4. McEwen in the corner. Or Bellinger out on top. Ball cleared high into the air and down the floor. Draghi, nice header for Redmond Lane to keep it in play. Far side for Bellinger. Tony, one-on-one, top of the area. To his left, Ebert tried to lay it off for Redmond. Paul Child took it away. Ebert running hard against Dave Hagen. Can't get him as Hagen turns him around. Long shot, wide of the goal to the left. Draghi in the penalty area picks it up. Paul Child clipped it away from him, or tried to at least, while he was going by. And Tony Bellinger has it for St. Louis. Don Draghi straight up the middle with 1:15 remaining. Steamers just playing for a lot of pride right now, trying to get some sixth attacker goals. Ahead to Ebert, lays it off for McEwen, a shot. Ooh, just wide off the glass. It comes in and Mavlik dives to knock it out. Paul Child over the red line, takes a long shot. It'll be well wide to the right corner. Less than a minute remaining now with 55 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. Straight up the field, Don Draghi. Left side, Redmond Lane. Redmond shooting one in, hits the top of the board and bounces straight up. Far corner, Ebert lets it bounce for him. Lays it down for Draghi, 35 seconds remaining. Draghi for Ebert in the corner, centers it. Bellinger, Cacciatore, a shot. Both of them blocked. Ball knocked into the corner. Ebert off the boards in front, and it's cleared out of there by Dave Hagen. Steamers cannot buy a goal. Down the right side, Gordon Smith, bad angle off the glass. Redmond Lane fouled as he rides him. No, they're going to say Redmond committed the foul. And with 20 seconds remaining, Pittsburgh will get a free kick. 8-4, the Spirit's going to win it. Smith in the corner. Paul Child looking for another goal. Draghi stopped him. Rebound. Draghi makes another save. Now Gordon Smith, another shot. Wide to the left. Ball comes away with 10 seconds remaining. Cacciatore up the far side. Plays it left side for Ebert. Don Ebert just, well, what can you do? You're down by 4. The game is over. Pittsburgh wins it. Going away in the second quarter with a barrage of goals in the second quarter, none in the third, and then scoring 3 goals against 2 against the Steamers for the fourth quarter, and they win it by a score of 8-4. Steamers' 4-game winning streak comes to an end. They're now 4-1, 1-1 on the road, and Pittsburgh now undefeated at home, 3-0 like the Steamers are, and they are 3-2 overall in the season as they went on a 2-game road trip last week and lost both of the games. We'll wrap up some of the action for you here in a moment from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. Hope you enjoyed the play-by-play. We'll have our analysis coming up in a moment on St. Louis Steamers soccer. Well, the Steamers battled long and hard on the road here tonight, just did not quite have enough left. Pittsburgh had a big second quarter in the ballgame this evening, scoring 3 goals, and the Steamers just could not come from behind, and Pittsburgh won it going away by a score of 8-4 with 2 goals in the fourth quarter when the Steamers came on with the 6th attacker. Now, you may remember last year, the Steamers used Sammy Bick quite a bit in that 6th attacker situation. Sammy, of course, making his 84-85 debut here tonight, so Don Draghi was the man called on, and I think Don himself might admit that he got caught upfield a little bit on that last goal, but really the Steamers had nothing to lose by going to the 6th attacker. They got a goal toward the end, but lost it by a score of 8-4. In the fourth quarter, things, though, were tight for a while, especially when the Steamers came up with an early goal. About 1 minute and 21 seconds into the goal, it was Daryl Duran shoving the ball over on the left side, and Redmond Lane, who has a great shot, teed it up from the point. Redmond got one through traffic, and Don Ebert was parked at the right post and knocked it in. Ebert's 5th goal of the year, Redmond's first assist. At 1:21, the Steamers were back at least within striking distance at 6-4 with that goal. Check it, it was 6-3 at that point, and then they got back to within a couple of goals and still had a chance to get back into the game. But Paul Child, the guy who did it all night long for Pittsburgh, Steamers had a little bit of a problem on defense. After Sammy Bick had taken the ball away from Slobo, another one deflects off a defender there. The ball comes in. There's Paul Child right in front, on the spot all night long, and he makes a triumphant return to the lineup tonight with 5 goals on the game. That's his customary way of celebrating a goal here in Pittsburgh. They love him. He had 5 here tonight, and he obviously has to be the offensive star of the game. The defensive star of the game was the goalkeeper, Peter Moblet. We'll be back in a moment with some final words from Pittsburgh. The Steamers' winning streak comes to an end.